Welcome back, ladies and
Every
gentlemen,
time.
and everyone in between, to Generations Behind, episode 32. Talking GameCube, talking Switch 2, talking GameCube on Nintendo Switch 2, online. I'm your boy, Craig of Craig's Game Room. Below me, the luscious slut, Tyler, Mr. Tyler Hate, Game Collecting Reaper, Kills Reaper, the man with too many games. How the hell are you this Saturday morning?
Saturday morning, not too bad. Can't complain. Didn't really do much. Woke up, struggled, got on here. Um,
Every day, man.
that
Woke
that's
up
what I
and
did.
struggled.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna start this off. So you usually start a story. I want to say a story.
Sure.
What are your guys' thoughts on Panda Express?
Um, S tier fast food. Only if I get a double or a triple meat, 2 teriyaki, 1 orange chicken.
Okay. Zach.
Bowl of chow mein and Beijing beef never hurt nobody.
Amen.
All right. So tell me how my it's a sad world I live in because the closest Panda Express was like an hour away.
Oof.
And Patrick and I would occasionally, 'cause there's a game store up there. By that way, Classic Game Junkie. I talk about it sometimes.
Yeah.
But so Patrick and I, sometimes we'll take a road trip up there. But guess what? They opened a new one,
Ooh.
45 minutes away.
Look at
So
that.
it's still a little, and there's no game store. But hey, if I could drive 45 minutes and get my bigger plate with some chow mein, and what I get, I got their stir fry or wok fried shrimp, teriyaki chicken and orange chicken. Teriyaki chicken and orange chicken usually my go-to. And then I usually get honey walnut shrimp, but I wanted to try the other shrimp this time. But bro, they were packed. Like Patrick and I got there at a good time. We went like right up to the front, got our food, started eating. This line came in, dude. It was like going around the whole food area, out the hall, like down the hallway, through the door, and like outside.
For Panda Express.
I was like, bro. And then they have like a giant screen for their online pickup orders. This thing was like, had to be like 6 feet tall, and it was just 2 pages of orders. People just waiting there. And I was like, bro, that's wild. But I love me some Panda Express, and they need to make one like, 10 minutes away, not 45 minutes away.
Maybe even 30 minutes
Did
away.
all-
Just incrementally get
Yeah.
closer by 15
Just
minutes.
keep on getting a little bit. We just recently got a little bit closer Dave's Hot Chicken. So we're starting to get some things,
There you
We
go.
already got a lot of things, but we need more things.
Excellent.
That's my little ramble.
I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you.
glad I
I
got
think
the
there's a
Panda.
Panda Express, a McDonald's, and a Popeye's Chicken on every corner of the city of Las Vegas. So
I'm coming to visit right now after this podcast, flying out.
now the new thing out here that's had a giant line is they opened up a Zaxby's out here. And that's
Say that
been
one more time. Cut out for me.
Zaxby's.
Oh, Zach, what the hell is that?
I think that's the thing in Texas, right, Zach?
Yeah, it's a chicken place.
It's not very
Okay.
good. I was very disappointed after waiting like 45 minutes for fast food. Because my dad and sister really wanted to try it. So I was like, okay, I'll go. And we waited forever, and I got my chicken strips. Because if you're going to a chicken place, I feel like you either got to try a sandwich or the strips, and it was very mid. So not happy about that. But they also opened a Bojangles like a month before that, and Bojangles is pretty fire. So
Bojangles, I was highly upset because they had a limited edition Mountain Dew flavor that you can only get there. Forget what it was called. It was like Southern Shock, I think it was. And I wanted to try it, and they just opened a Bojangles near me.
Mhm.
And right when I went, they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're out of it. We don't have it yet." And I'm like, "All right." And I went back like a couple weeks later, and they're like, "Yeah, it's discontinued." And I was like, "The fuck do you mean it's discontinued?"
Damn.
that's how they get
Like-
you. They'll bring it back in 2 years with a special ad campaign. Keep reeling you
Well,
back in. Pull a Taco
actually-
Bell.
I don't think you can. I don't think you
I
can
actually think
advertise
it's this
Southern
one.
Shock to people. That's gonna
I,
rub people the
I
wrong
think it's
way.
the same thing as this one, but
What does that say?
it's just it's Typhoon. You had to like order it only on their website, and it was kind of around that time. And this shit's expired as fuck. But don't ask why I got it at the hip.
I didn't know sodas could expire. To be honest.
I think they don't.
Hold up.
I think they just kind of like lose like their fizziness. I think you can still.
I don't know.
drink
Do we
them.
try it? Do we try it on here? Just say fuck it. What's the date?
Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen? He just takes a
October
sip
10th,
and falls over dead.
October
instantly.
10th, 2022. Do we do it?
Ooh, yeah, why not?
2022?
I'm
Where'd
an
you get
enabler.
that?
Let's see what happens.
Why do you have a 3-year-old Mountain Dew in here?
Some pro gamer
Yeah,
shit.
it tastes fine.
Still fizzy?
Yeah, I only have it because like I had a bunch. Voice crack. I had a bunch of like I said, you're only able to order online in like 6-packs, and I never finished them. And I was recently moving shit, and I found them. I have a couple, but yeah. All right,
Congratulations.
He has found his breakfast drink for this morning. There we go.
breakfast drink. It's fucking almost 1 o'clock.
It is still morning for me. To the side of me, Mr. Zach Daily Beating. Zach, how are you today?
It's been like 6 minutes. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I still got to introduce you.
Listen,
It wouldn't be polite if I didn't.
Usually Craig prolongs it. I want to prolong it for once. Okay,
Sure.
that's what we're
Understandable.
doing. Next episode,
you saying I fluff out the show intentionally? Everything I
Not
say has high
intentionally.
importance on this show.
Well, yes, it does. Just like Mayo and whatever the hell else you talk about. But so next episode's Fire Emblem, so that's Zach's episode. So I feel like he can kind of fluff it out, you know.
There you go.
I'm a good fluffer for sure. I'm really good fluff.
Nothing wrong with a good fluff. Zach, what is your favorite fast food place? Tyler loves Panda Express. What you fucking with?
Like my favorite, if I could just like
Yeah,
zap
like if you
anything in
could
front of me.
zap right now your perfect fast food meal. What you got?
So
Exact
I
order.
think my perfect one. Here's what I'm gonna caveat with. I'm gonna give 2 options. My number 2 is In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. I like In-N-Out because they're very consistent. It's always really good. But my favorite, if it's a good like batch, sometimes it's a bad batch. That's why it's a little inconsistent. Popeyes. If I get a good spicy basket of tenders and it's like a good basket, can't be beat. But sometimes you get it and it just doesn't quite right. Like I don't know what they did. The
Yeah,
chicken's
Popeyes
bad.
is hit or miss.
Cooked
For
it
sure.
weird. But like a good box of Popeyes, nothing beats that for me.
Hold on.
Holding
So
on.
you're saying In-N-Out is better than Whataburger?
Oh yeah,
It is 100%.
I'm off this
100%.
I quit. No.
And you know what? I feel like I'm the least.
I don't
I'm
know.
the least biased because I am from Arizona, which is one of the rare states that has both Whataburger and In-N-Out. So
Yeah.
I grew up
So I
with the
know-
ability to eat both, and I hated Whataburger as a child. In Texas, way better. It's like a whole different restaurant, but it's still not better than In-N-Out.
I don't know if I just had a shitty In-N-Out experience when I went to Vegas, or because even Patrick, he's like, "No, In-N-Out's better. You're stupid." Da 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 da. And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I had a bad experience. Maybe I gotta try it again. I mean, I'll try it again if I go, but I don't know. As it stands,
So
that patty melt
I'm-
at Whataburger.
I'm from South Texas, and I've taken the Texas pilgrimage to the original Whataburger, and I like
Pilgrimage.
Whataburger a lot. It's good stuff. I like Whataburger, but I do like In-N-Out better.
I feel like the
It's a Texas
entire
hot-
state would publicly shoot you with a gun right now if they could.
When I tell it to people, because Texas has a lot of people who are like super proud to be Texans. Don't even get me started on that. But if I tell one of those people that like I like In-N-Out more, I get called all sorts of slurs. It's bad.
All
They do not.
sorts of
They
slurs.
they do not like it when I say In-N-Out's better than Whataburger. They get mad. But I prefer In-N-Out.
You just drench it in the In-N-Out sauce, and everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I use the In-N-Out
In-N-Out
sauce
sauce is good.
and mustard,
It is.
and then I only take off the tomato. I'm not a tomato guy on a burger, but I keep the rest on there.
In-N-Out order 3x3 plain fry, large Diet Coke. I don't even need anything on it.
Plain?
Just the sauce and the cheese and the meat. That's all I need. No veggies. Veggies on a burger is blasphemous to me. Fucking warm, gross, soggy veggies. They ain't doing it. It's not in this house.
This is a GameCube podcast.
So how do you?
Tyler was ready for a follow-up question about how I like my burger.
I was about to say, how do you feel about grilled onions on your burger? Like that was my next
I
question.
don't really like onions, to be honest. So
No?
not for me. It's not happening. Mayonnaise on a good burger, though, nothing quite like it.
All right, GameCube.
In this episode, we will be talking about the GameCube games that we want to appear on the Nintendo Switch Online the most. Very excited about it. If you watched the last episode, you know we are all very big GameCube fans. That ended up number 1 on our tier list. Spoiler alert. But deservedly so. We love the GameCube. As a quick note, for next episode, episode 33, another game-specific episode. We are not beating the RPG allegations because we are doing Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. If you want to play along with us, please do. We would love to hear your opinions on Zach's 7th favorite game of all time. I don't even think it's actually in your top 10, but I know you really like it.
No, it's like top 15, top 20.
So his 15th to 20th favorite game of all time, all Fire Emblem: Sacred Stones. It takes up all 5 spots.
Yep, all 5 spots.
Exactly. And we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so please play along with us. It's not that long of a game, right? Is 2 weeks long enough for people to play if they haven't started?
I'd say it's like a 20-hour game. 2 weeks is pushing it if you have not started yet, but
I don't think Tyler started it yet.
Yeah. But Tyler has those luscious hours that help him out, so.
Sure. Shout out to when we played Chrono Trigger in like one sitting for our Chrono Trigger episode. That was baller.
Dude, I was up so fucking long.
That was incredible.
Just sitting here like this at my Xbox controller, I was just like.
Real gamer hours.
Literally like 18 hours, bro.
That's crazy.
No, thank you. But yeah, so be sure to play along, write in if you'd like. We're excited to do that episode. We have a couple of audience write-ins to kick off the show, as if we haven't already kicked off the show with bullshit fast food talk for 12 minutes. Danny wrote in.
Your shit says housekeeping, so I did some housekeeping.
True, right? that was very important. Danny wrote in. He said, "Hey guys, Danny here. Just a couple of things. First, a game recommendation I would like to hear your thoughts on are Shadow Hearts for the PS2. It's an RPG, so you can add that to the count. My other thought is that Ready Player One was not a terrible movie. The book was way better, but I didn't hate the movie. Admittedly, I'm a little older than you guys, so the pop culture references brought back a bunch of childhood memories. Anyway, keep it up and keep having fun."
Yo, I love that now we're getting all these new people that we don't know.
Suggesting RPGs.
Yeah.
That is pretty fun. Thank you for writing in, Danny. Shadow Hearts is a game I've wanted to play forever. I used to own the trilogy on PS2 at one point, but now I have my handy-dandy Steam Deck, so I could easily emulate them on there. Do you guys have any interest in the Shadow Hearts series?
I'm not familiar with Shadow Hearts, and I also have not seen Ready Player One, so this is a question that I need to do some research on to fully get the appreciation for. But
me and Tyler could keep doing the show for about 2 hours if you want to go watch Ready Player One, and then come back and
dude, that would be such a good podcast. Y'all just talk, and I'm just sitting like this on mute the whole time, and then at the end I just give my thoughts immediately. That'd be such a good podcast.
That'd be awesome. That'd be a good. We come up with a lot of good ones. That would be great for like April Fool's Day. That's a top one.
Can we do that with a? Let's do that with a movie. Let's do that with a movie where I'll just say I'm going to watch this movie for the entirety of the episode, and I just give my thoughts the second it ends.
Well, we should do that with the Sonic movies because you haven't seen any of the Sonic movies yet.
True, that's true. I have not.
Oh, there we go.
That'd be a good one.
Do a whole episode on Sonic 1, and then we just watch Sonic 1, and the following year Sonic 2, the following year Sonic.
That'd be perfect. That'd be a fun one. But if we were to do Shadow Hearts, I'd want to do Kodelka first, because I think technically that game is related. And that is a PS1 RPG. They're all horror RPGs, which is cool, too. There's not a lot of those.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Wait, what's the game called?
Kodelka?
Kodelka.
Yeah. Do you own that one? I know you own a lot of random PS1 stuff. Yeah, it's that's one of those games I'm kicking myself forever, because I wanted it for the longest time. It was like a $50 game. It wasn't expensive. And then I remember I just waited too long to pick it up, and now it's one of those games that's like $300-$400, like stupid expensive. So probably won't get around to owning it anytime soon. But from what I've played of it, it's really good. Kould. I don't know, something. I can't spell it.
That's not how I would have guessed.
Let me type it.
I found it.
Okay.
Holy shit!
It's expensive, right?
Yeah, like $350.
Exactly, yeah, and I could have gotten it for like, I think like the 50 to 70 range, and I just didn't do it. Now I really wish I would have, because I don't like spending that kind of money on games anymore.
Dude, I have never seen this before.
It's actually pretty hard to find. It's like it's definitely like an actual kind of rare game, which is cool. So
this is why I love the PS1. There's so much shit I keep learning about on it.
Yeah, I think the PS1 is like almost 2,000 games. It's an extraordinarily large library.
Here's a PS1 recommendation for everyone. Tale of the Sun. Go get Tale of the Sun and report back.
I didn't think anyone else in the world knew what Tale of the Sun is. I'm glad that you know it.
It's an awful game, but it's
Yes.
really funny.
It's super. It's something else, that's for sure. So yeah, Tyler, have you seen Ready Player One? I know I was talking shit about it last episode, so I can't remember what we said about it. Except for I said it was bad.
I don't remember if I have or not. Hold on, I gotta look that up too.
The one thing I'll give Ready Player One, the Mecha Godzilla appearance made me very happy as a very big Godzilla fan. You know how big of a Godzilla nerd I am? I need to tell you guys this real quick.
Big enough to buy that new Godzilla Lego set that's coming out?
Yes, first of all, definitely doing that. Second of all, it was funny, a few days ago, my dad texted me a random screenshot of a Godzilla movie he was watching. He said, guess the Godzilla movie. He said, guess the Godzilla movie. And it was a shot of a very, very old Japanese man, probably like 70, 80, 90, like in that kind of just like range of like old people, in a field of flowers. There's like 40 plus Godzilla movies, right? So it's like the average person probably have no idea. Within, like, as soon as I saw the photo, I was like, Godzilla versus Hedorah. And he was like, you're right. How do you know that? And I was like, I'm a sad man that's seen all these movies way too many. I've probably seen every Godzilla movie at least 4 to 5 times. So it's like, when people ask why I haven't seen any movie ever, it's because I just keep rewatching every Godzilla movie over and over again. There's nothing cooler than Godzilla. Godzilla is the coolest thing ever created. I don't know if you could argue that anything cooler has ever been made than Godzilla.
I mean, the Nintendo GameCube does exist. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but I don't know if it's Godzilla cool.
But Godzilla on the GameCube.
Great game. Hopefully, spoilers, hopefully it ends up on Nintendo Switch Online. Fucking love that game. Danny, thank you for writing in. Always fun to see a new face around here. Don't think we've heard from you before, so thanks for chiming in. We have a write-in. Yeah. And we have a write-in from Unknown. They didn't put their name, so quick reminder, if you write into the show, always make sure to put your name in your write-in.
No, I think this show is intentional.
I
think it's intentional.
Okay.
Well, reading.
Here we go.
I just love the fact that we keep getting asked. Read it first.
Okay. Unknown wrote in. It said, in respect of recent allegations regarding the podcast content. Makes it sound like we did something horrible.
Yeah, Corey in the house, bro. That shit was bad.
That was funny. People like to talk about what they're passionate about, and you're all passionate about different JRPG series, hence the content having some influence by that type of game. Not everyone plays the same games, and podcasts like this make it a great way to discover some new old classics to check out, or maybe give a second chance. Maybe look at it through those glasses instead.
So are they trying to tell us? Are they trying to go against like the people saying we played too much, or are they trying to go against us?
I think that sounds like they're on our side. So
okay,
like they're like, if you're watching the show, part of what makes it special is our unhealthy obsession with JRPGs, and we make good suggestions. So
and Panda Express.
I don't want to speak for you, Craig, but last episode when Craig was railing on someone for the whole JRPG thing, I'm pretty sure he was joking.
Yeah,
I don't think that was like
for what it's worth, John, if you're out there and you haven't stopped listening, 2 episodes in a row, it was a joke.
Also, I'm gonna put it out here because Jason asked 2 episodes ago why he got like changed to be a coward and a liar, and I told him, I was like, it was probably a joke, but that we mainly joke. I don't remember which one of y'all said it.
Jason is a coward and a liar. FF7 Remake is an incredible video game, and he needs to stop spreading propaganda on our videos.
Zach's like, fuck it, I stand by that. Coward and a liar.
It's still a joke, Jason.
No, any smack talking is all for fun. Just like when we're mean to each other on this show, none of it is real. We're just having fun.
Yeah, y'all should see how they fucking treat me when we're out on this show, bro.
I was gonna say, you know a lot of these people in real life, and I'm sure they have no remorse, so I'm sure it's fine.
It's all fun in games.
Exactly. It's all fun in games until, God forbid, you play a game you like and you talk about it on a video show.
It's all fun and games until, as long as they're people you know. So we can't do anything with Danny yet. He's still too new.
Sure, we got to be nice to Danny. Danny, you're in the clear for now. But watch your back.
An Unknown, we're gonna find out who you are.
Find your IP address through the Google The Google
Bailey
Forms.
Eating, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, shout out to
That'd be,
Bailey Deating. We need to find Bailey Deating.
That'd be a fun gimmick to start. Whenever you have a new write-in, we just read out a fake IP address like we know their IP address.
But what if we did it and the stars aligned and it was right and we just ruined this person's
We're
life?
just like, yeah, 192.54. They're like, whoa.
That is one of my favorite interactions in the world is when you see someone on Twitter like say something like really heinous and then someone just replies with an IP address.
Dude, that's how it used to be in the old days of COD, bro. Like, everybody be like, I'm gonna ban you, I'm gonna get you banned, I'm gonna get your IP, you hacking. And I'm like, bro, get good. Like,
Man, shout out to the old Call of Duty lobbies. That was a different lifetime ago.
Yeah.
There was nothing like playing Black Ops when it first came out and how heinous people used to be to each other.
did y'all know that Black Ops 2 is now set in the past, technically? Because as of 2 days ago is when Black Ops 2 took place.
Oh my god.
Damn.
That's wild.
And it's
That's
funny,
badass.
and it's funny because their story is kind of what's happening right now.
Good times.
They're like,
Hell yeah.
up in here. But yeah,
Dude, I always knew Activision could predict the future.
they're part of it, bro. They hit up the Simpsons. They're like, yeah, we need some Call of Duty stories. They're like, we got you.
They called up Matt Groener or whatever his name is, and they're like, what's going to happen in 2025? And he's like, I got you.
He was like, a lot. Say less.
All right, boys. Enough shenanigans. What the hell
Yeah,
have
why
we
are
been
we-
playing?
Supposed to be doing a podcast here, like.
Tyler, what the hell
Me?
have you been playing? Yeah, we'll start with you. I don't think we usually go to you first.
A lot of Switch too, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
Mario Kart with y'all. I've been playing with Patrick a bit. Also, my buddy Hector. I started playing another game on the Switch. I mean, do I want to spoil a pickup? Sure, I'll spoil a pickup.
Yeah, why not?
Cyberpunk on the Switch.
Woo!
Nice.
Because I figured I have it on the PS5, but I figured I kind of want to try it on the Switch. Has the DLC. It's all complete on cart, not one of those game card or game key card shits. So I was like, you know what? Have it. I can play it portably too, even if it's only for 2 hours because I still get to play it portably. Saying that for certain reasons. But yeah. So played that a little bit. Zach watched me create my character. Zach really
Yeah, dude.
enjoyed that.
Did you give yourself a big old wiener?
Dude, it's crazy how it just like pops out, bro.
Oh,
Like-
you get full frontal flash. You're
You
not
just
ready
turn it on,
for it.
it's like bam, and it's like, do you want it small? Do you want it default, or do you want it big? Like that's how it was.
I love how default was the other one. Like,
It's crazy.
And then you could have it with
oh,
or
look
without
at
a
default
raincoat.
penis over there.
Do you say with or without a raincoat?
Yeah, that's what I
Jesus
said.
Christ.
And then- clip it. No.
Jesus.
Okay, with or the other body part.
There we go.
So yeah, started playing that. Not too far into it. I had to play that more. Played some of the GameCube NSO. Because I picked up a GameCube controller.
Woo.
Found out Craig's way too good at Soul Calibur 2. We need to change that. Well, we can't change that, but we could get better than him is what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna beat him.
Yeah, I guess slight spoiler for what I've been playing. I've been playing some Soul Calibur 2. I played with the boys the other night, and it was you guys and our good friend Christian. And I went, what was it, like 18-0? None of you guys can beat me. And I
I'm pretty
even
sure the
got a couple.
scoreboard said like
I got so close. He literally had a hair fucking out. Then we were 1-1. I died.
pretty sure the scoreboard said like 15-3 actually.
Yeah, because we switched GameCube controller ports at some point. It was still me.
I totally did not do that and become the 13-0 person. I don't know what you're talking about. But but yeah, so playing Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX online. That's been pretty fun. And the only thing is like the netcode for it's still a little crappy.
Mm-hmm.
And especially on F-Zero, that's one that you need some kind of precise inputs, and it's getting a little wonky. But
Yeah, let's
it was
save a
still
little
fun.
bit of our GameCube NSO for when we get to the topic of the show. But yeah, we can say
that's-
more about that later on.
I've been playing that, and Oh, and Pokemon Violet, I played that on the Switch a little more. Try to get more shinies. I didn't get any more yet, but
It's like a whole different game. It's crazy.
I'm still waiting for someone to play the DLC with me.
Who?
You!
I know. Anyway, Zach, what have you been playing?
GameCube NSO, mainly Wind Waker. I'm trying to get into Wind Waker. I've been a little behind. I want to be like done with Wind Waker by now. But I'm putting some focus into it. I played a lot this morning. I'll talk about it a little bit more in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing the Lies of P DLC,
Oh.
which dropped at a pretty unfortunate time because it came out like right after the Switch 2, and I was like, damn it, I love Lies of P, but I want to play the Switch 2. So I started playing it this weekend. It's fun so far. I'm only like one area in, so it's still early on, but I'm having a good time with it. Let's see. Oh, Mario Kart. I have to complain about myself on Mario Kart. I just finally beat. I rolled credits. I did the last cup, whatever. And I wanted to unlock mirror mode, and I did all the things that I thought you had to do to unlock mirror mode, and then you have to like redo the last cup again to get it. And then I realized I didn't do all the knockout tour cups, so I just did that second cup again for no reason. So I've got to go back and do all the knockout cups, and then I can unlock mirror mode. But
It's a lot of work.
having a good time. It's a lot of work, but I'm having fun with it. Playing online, mainly playing with friends, is where it shines, in my opinion. But
For the record, I'm better than Zach at Mario Kart. I got the better record.
you're just lucky I was playing Hammered last time.
No, yeah,
When we made-
we've been using the game chat way more than I thought we would. It's convenient. The quality is good enough, right? You know, for not needing a microphone, my Switch hears me from across the room.
Yep.
And you know, in terms of at least Mario Kart, not really have many issues. GameCube Online a little spotty, like Tyler's mentioning. But you know, Mario Kart, I think that I would have already stopped playing it for the most part if we weren't playing it together. So I'm glad that we've been having a good time hopping on a couple nights a week. I always get my ass whooped. I have not won a single race, I don't think. So that probably won't change anytime soon. I'm just not good at Mario Kart as much as I love it. So
I will say though, me and Zach ended up keeping Craig on like 10 extra races the one night. He's like, I gotta go to bed. We're like, come on, you said one more, right? Fine. We do a whole another one, then we do another one, and then we do another one.
no, yeah, it was great because you know we'd have a really just kind of like thoughtful conversation about something, and then Zach was like, really meant a lot to me when you said you do 2 more races, and I was like, well, now I have to. I feel bad. And then I did get 1 win, which is true, and I was like, all right, now that I have a win, I'm hyped up again. I'm ready to go for a few more rounds, and then I just proceeded to get totally fucking diddled by these sweaty bastards over and over again. So I'm not the best at Mario Kart as much as I love it, but I did have a good time.
It is what
It's
it
fun.
is.
Yeah, so I've been hopping around a lot of random stuff with my Switch as well. I booted up Tears of the Kingdom for a little bit. Don't think I'm quite ready to go back into it yet, so I don't think I'm gonna try to beat it anytime soon. But I've been playing, because I think it was last week I was talking about, I didn't even know, I did a podcast with another friend of ours, Xbun Gating, it might have been on his show, but I was saying how I never want to play PC games, even though there's a lot of PC games I want to play, because I have a desk job, a boring office job where I'm at a computer all day, for the most part. So when I get home, last thing I want to do is be on my computer and play a game that way. I like sitting on the couch, relaxing, lounging. But last weekend, I kind of just had like a spark of motivation to play through some indie games on PC that I've been wanting to play for a while. So I played through all those last weekend. One of those was a game about digging a hole. Zach was the one that told me about this game a long time ago. I think it came out like back in February-ish, something like that. But
Yeah, February.
it's a funny, goofy little game. That's exactly what the title is called. You're in your backyard trying to dig a hole in your backyard to find treasure. Your shovel has a battery that will kill you if you don't charge it in time. So as you dig and find minerals, you sell it to charge it, and you upgrade your shovel. And you get yourself a jetpack and all these crazy things. It's really silly and stupid, as fun as it sounds. The ending is hilarious. It made me laugh very hard. It has a great ending. So even if it seems boring and silly, because at first I was like, this kind of sucks, but I decided to see it through because you talk so highly of it. And then, once I got about 20 minutes in, I was like, oh, I could do this all day. This is a great time. And, it's not too long. I think it took me like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, just because I was kind of digging around too. And it's like, you don't really have to explore much. You could kind of just work your way down, but I was having fun just kind of finding all of my ores and minerals and all that. So, but definitely a game worth your time. Very silly. I think the dev like made it over a weekend or something crazy like that, where it was like just like a like silly little project he did or something. So everything about the game very silly, very fun. Highly recommend. I also played Spilled, which was another game that Zachary mentioned on the show many months ago, so I wanted to check it out. It is like a 45-minute game about, just unpolluting a lake, essentially. But you loop you pick up your oil and your garbage, you give it to a truck, it gives you money, you upgrade your ship with that truck. I believe you described both these games as loop games, which I think is a good way to describe them. Very repetitive, but very fun and addicting, just like a satisfying gameplay loop. Had a great time with that one as well. Also a very surprising ending. I had a really good time with it. So both of these games are worth seeing to the end just because they have fun little surprises at the end of them.
Yeah.
And then I played Poco, which is a game that I think it came out about a month ago now, but as soon as I heard about this, I claimed it on Steam because I wanted it right away. It is a free point-and-click adventure game made by, like, some college students for their final project in school, but it is done like a, late 90s, early 2000s point-and-click adventure game, where it's, like, all 2D backgrounds with, like, 3D models over all the character models and stuff. It is fantastic. It is super cute. The music's amazing. The humor is phenomenal. You are Poco, the world's smallest clown. You got kicked out of the circus in the sky, and you're trying to get back up to the circus in the sky, so you're trying to build a rocket ship. This was also maybe 45 minutes to an hour, very short. If you like achievements on Steam, it's very easy to get all the achievements. But it just has all these funny little silly mini games of doing clown things. Like there's this random good rhythm game thrown in there. There's memorization puzzles and all this stuff. So very short, very cute game. It's honestly phenomenal. I can't believe that this is a school project, and it's actually criminal that it's free, because it's this is, even though it's short, it's this is a $10 game for the amount of joy that it brought me, being as short as it is. So everybody out there, go play Poco. It's awesome. Even if you don't like point and click adventure games, it's worth your time. It's super fun. It's a great time. Next up, same for me, a lot of GameCube Online, Wind Waker, F-Zero, Soul Calibur 2, but I'll save more of my thoughts for when we get to the topic of the show. And then another game that I can't really talk about yet, because it's going to be our next episode, is more Fire Emblem of the Sacred Stones. I think I'm on Chapter 9, so I still got a little bit to go, but according to Zach, I'm probably about 30-35% of the way through the game, so I think I should be good for the next 2 weeks. Better than Tyler, who hasn't started it yet, so.
They'll finish it before you watch.
That's also probably true. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So a lot of littler stuff lately, a lot of hopping around. I haven't been focusing on anything too big. Well, that's not true. I mean, I'm about 10 hours into Wind Waker, so I've delved pretty deep into that at this point. But video games are cool, so having a good time playing games. Next up, recent gaming pickups, boys. This is where I've been slacking, as I have 0 video games to show. I have not added anything to my collection since last episode. So, Tyler, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. So, showed y'all the GameCube controller. Got that. Showed y'all Cyberpunk. Got that. Also got Guardians of Azuma. Room Factory. Played a little bit of that. Not too much. Craig was literally watching me, and yeah, I wasn't really. I was kind of standing still a lot of the times I was doing all this shit. But
is that game on the card? Is that complete on card game?
This one's complete on card.
That's another one you could throw to your Switch 1, right?
It comes with, I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with a manual,
which makes me want it, honestly.
So pretty
I'll look
cool.
into it. I'll see if I can have some time for that one.
But then one that I did buy, that's a game key card, because I am a sinner. Bravely Default.
Woo! Have you started that yet?
Not yet.
Bravely Default is very, very, very good.
Got that. And then one that I forgot to show last week, but I finally got, after waiting, is the Lunar Remastered Collection on PS4.
Hey, nice.
Oh, nice.
So, pick that up. Yeah. That's all I got. Not
Good
too
stuff.
much.
Look at all that modern trash you just showed.
I know, but ain't it nice to be I mean, it's kind of just three plain ass colors, but like, oh my
Oh, I
god.
love it. I love that you have spines. It makes me want to actually buy Switch 2 games just because they look nice on the shelf.
I've got, you can see it behind me. I have a whole row of Switch 1 games. Imagine how cool that would look if it was like not just a wall of red.
Nah,
Exactly.
it still looks alright. Like I said, when it's like an entire shelf of Switch games, that's when I'm like, that's a little gross. When it's the sea of red.
Mine's all red and one black.
Oh, you got the, what is it, the Darksiders?
Darksiders, yeah.
There you go. Do you guys believe in the conspiracy theory that was intentional to make people want to buy the game?
I thought that was why they did it. I didn't know it was a conspiracy theory.
I don't know, because it is a little kind of fucked up. Like, if it was just like black instead of just red.
Oh yeah, because isn't like the bottom
Like,
of the spine kind of messed up?
yeah, it's like has the back going into it and
It's so
shit.
weird.
Yeah, it looks odd.
Very strange. I've heard those games are good. I've heard they're very Zelda-like, like 3D Zelda-likes, which is interesting.
I think Jason played them all.
All right,
He
Zach,
enjoyed them.
what the hell you got?
All right, so first pickup, a couple of these I got like in the mail like the day after the last episode, so just missed last episode, but I completed a childhood game of mine. I got a box and manual for Yoshi's Story.
Hell yeah. It's beautiful.
So I already had this one loose and I just completed it. Then I got another N64 game that I didn't own. Got myself a nice Smash Bros. 64.
Gorgeous. One of my favorite N64 box arts.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That's awesome.
And then I got two more games. This one I bought last week. I'm going for a Virtual Boy set, so I've got to get Teleroboxer.
Woo!
Yeah, this is a... You can kind of see it in the screenshot here. Basically, it's kind of like a Punch-Out, I think. It's like a first-person Punch-Out thing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried it yet. I will give it a go soon, hopefully, but happy to have it. It looks interesting enough, and getting more Virtual Boy games is always fun in my eyes.
You're so close to finishing the set already.
So close. A quarter of the way there. And then
See,
last
so
one,
many games and get more. I'll get you that Jack Bros.
I need to buy that one in person. I need to like grab that one and shepherd it to safety
if I
once
see
I
it
get
on
it.
Friday,
Shepherd it to safety.
if I see it on Friday, you can fly out on Saturday, come Sunday, and just
Good
fly
idea.
back.
Good idea. You're right. I'll do that.
Turn your $2,000 Jack Bros into a $4,000 Jack Bros.
Yeah. Yeah. And then last one, I got a. This one I wasn't planning on buying because, I just showed you three games that were all relatively expensive, and I was like, okay, I'm done buying games for a little bit. And then I wake up one morning to a text message at 2 a.m. from Bird Dog, and he sent me an eBay listing, and he's like, buy this. And I was like, damn it, I do want that. I got myself a Mario's Picross
Let's
on the
go.
Game Boy.
He got it. That's beautiful.
Yeah, like this game a lot on NSO, and I got the Japanese copies of Mario Picross 1 and 2. We didn't get Mario's Picross 2 in North America. It's just Mario Picross 1. So, yeah. Fun game. Glad to have it. It's my first complete box Game Boy game. At least that I currently own. I'm sure at some point in my life I had the boxes to other Game Boy games, but they no longer exist. So yeah, happy to have that one. And also, I was just happy to find out that Virtual Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color all the same size box.
That's very convenient.
So I just bought one box of box protectors, and they all fit these things.
That's
It's very nice.
convenient. We love some uniformity in our game collections.
Saying you complete some N64 games, I want to do the same thing with some of mine. Literally all my N64 games are loose but one.
Which one?
Yeah.
F-Zero X.
Oh, I figured it would have been Diddy Kong Racing.
I want that, dude. I messaged Vinny right after that. I was like, "What do you want for that?"
Oh yeah, he picked it up recently.
So Zach, our buddy Vinny, he got the Vinny that pops up in Bird Dog stream chat. He picked up Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, like Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3 on the Game Boy Advance, all complete, mind you, at GameStop.
So they were all priced as
GameStop?
So they're all priced as loose games.
Yeah, they're like $30.
No way.
It was
That's
incredible.
awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, I messaged him directly. I was like, "What do you want for that DK64 and that Diddy Kong?" He was like, "I was gonna use it for trade bait at too many games. You're making me feel bad." I was like, "I'll take just one." He hasn't denied me yet, and I'll see him this weekend. So
Yeah. So you could guilt trip him into it. Give him those puppy dog
Heck.
eyes.
I'm like, yeah, remember that time that I helped you out at your convention in October? I'll vend your table. How much you want?
Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing is one of the loose games I have that I want to complete. But I think the next big one on N64 I want to get is Mario Golf 64. I want to complete that one.
What did he all get? I know there was more than just that, but it was crazy. Crash Purple, you got that on the Game Boy Advance.
Always been a Spyro
Uh,
Orange kind of guy.
He got Ocarina of
Have you?
Time. He got Crash Bandicoot 2 Entrance, and he got Aladdin and Paper Mario on the 64.
It's crazy. Dude, it's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Some like he texted me and I was just like, I'm so happy for you, but also fuck you. Like it's incredible that happened.
Like, dude, a complete DKC on Super Nintendo for $20.
I know, that's insane.
That is wild.
Insane. Some men
Donkey
have
Kong
all the
Country
luck.
3 on the GBA for $18.
You need to get the Zeldas too, Zach. You don't have Ocarina of Time or Majora yet, right?
That's correct. I need to get both of those. I want to get a gold cart Ocarina of Time.
You really need Kirby 64. That should actually be
Yeah.
number one priority. The
Yeah,
best Kirby game.
I do need a little bit of shovelware to fill up this collection.
Shovelware, go fuck yourself. I'm tired of the Kirby 64 slander.
I'll say this real quick, Greg. So, my on my channel, the most viewed video I have by far is my review of like at the time half of the N64 games in NSO, and I said I didn't like Kirby N64, and I got like 30 comments.
Saying-
People telling me I was wrong. I didn't play it right. I didn't do this. People were passionate about that game.
Imagine not playing Kirby right.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, it's not really like my kind of thing. Blah blah. People just were mad about that game.
I mean, for what it's worth, I'm on their side.
I mean, I need to reevaluate it one day. I need to go back.
That
I
needs
never
to
played
be
it. I got no say.
that needs to be a game specific episode for this show. It's Kirby 64.
I love playing 2D platformers with a fucking analog stick on that thing.
God, it's not that bad.
Does Kirby 64 meet the qualifications?
What are the qualifications?
RPG.
You roleplay as Kirby.
Yeah, you can change your equipment and stuff. Yeah.
All right, we can talk about it.
I actually always feel like that's a big missed opportunity. They'll never do it, but a Kirby RPG would go hard as hell. Like with all the different power-ups and stuff. Like use that as like a class system. That could be awesome. But
Yep.
I don't think it'll ever happen. Been a while actually since we gotten in an actual Kirby game, huh? Trying to think.
Like a new one.
Yeah, because Forgotten Land was what, 3 years ago now?
Yeah, we got the Return to Dreamland remaster, whatever it's called. We got Kirby's Dream Buffet at some point.
Was that fun? I never tried it.
I love that game. But I don't think it was. I don't think it was good per se. It was fun. But
Oh, we're getting Kirby Air Ride, but that's not really a Kirby game. That's different. So,
yeah.
or Kirby Air Riders.
I'm interested to see what this Kirby Forgotten Land DLC is going to be like, because they're
Yeah,
propping
we're
up
getting
like
that. Okay, I forgot.
They want you to spend $20 on it. It's not a free update. It's an expansion. So I want to see what that's going to be about.
And it's
Guys,
not
I found out who Unknown was.
Who's unknown?
It's Patrick.
There we go.
I sent him a message. I was like, "Was that you?" He's like, "I forgot to
can't
put my name."
You can't be okay. I was going to say. I thought he went on purpose.
No.
No, I didn't know if you doxed him right now. Now read his IP address while you're at it.
152. No.
All right, Tyler, you have some trivia for us. I feel like whooping Zach's ass today. I
So close to being.
feel like
I don't
absolutely
know.
obliterating him.
This is all about the Intellivision.
Well, great.
We got a couple questions about the Intellivision.
Perfect. My area of expertise.
All right, give me 1 second. Talk about something real quick so I can pull it up.
I have a lot of experience with the Intellivision. I know so much about it.
What's your favorite television game?
It's hard to. It's too many to pick. I couldn't name just one. I would hate to put one out over the others. So
I have Intellivision Lives, the compilation for the Nintendo GameCube. So
Oh,
I've
okay.
never even taken the disc out of the case, but I have it.
We should do that as an episode one of these days.
Intellivision Lives.
Television lives. Revisited.
Perfect. I know. When are we gonna do the Fairchild F episode?
Fairchild F.
It's like an old. I think it was the first console that had removable cartridges, if I remember right. Yeah, the Fairchild Channel F, first console to use cartridges to change the games app.
Wow.
So that would not
Fancy
be
stuff right
primitive
there.
at all. Release date in North America, 1976.
Cool.
So, speaking on those facts, we got the Intellivision. Everybody get hype. I know Bird Dog loves the Intellivision. He bought Intellivision games in Texas last year.
That's true, he did.
So boys,
Too cheap not
the
to.
Intellivision
Texas like doesn't live
originally.
here.
You just doxed him. I can't believe you did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Texas, notably small place. Very easy to find people.
He
Yeah.
only has a matter of minutes
only
before they figure out
Zach
where he
and
lives.
Christian both live there, but they're like 5 hours apart. Yeah. But anyway, it's television. All right. So the television, it actually originally soft launched here in North America in one state. What state was that?
Delaware.
No, I'm gonna just let y'all keep going back and forth.
North Virginia.
Or just name
Do we,
out state.
do we taking turns or can we just spam the states?
All right, let's take turns.
Arizona.
Okay, so,
Nope.
New York,
Nope.
North Dakota.
Nope.
California.
Yep.
Nice.
All
Take that,
right.
Craig. I know all
I
about
thought
the
it was going to be
television.
South Dakota. I was certain.
Can you imagine? It's got
All
a
right,
strong
yes.
foothold in Boise, Idaho.
So, the television did soft launch in California, but then it came out the next year. I'm not going to tell you the year because what year did it soft launch?
Oh, 1982.
No.
1981.
No.
1987. Everyone knows
Nope.
this.
1979.
Bingo!
Woo!
1979,
What?
it soft launched. 1980 is when it fully released here in the States.
Yeah, well, fucking idiot doesn't know when the television is off launched.
Now, throughout the lifespan of the Intellivision, how many unique games released for the Intellivision?
17, of course.
I'll have you know 35 came out in the first year, so you're wrong.
Oh, shit.
I thought you were talking about the soft
422.
launch. I thought you were talking about the soft launch. Sorry.
422, you're wrong.
Am I close?
No.
100,
Higher or lower?
123. 123.
Oh my God, Zach is so close.
124.
Zach?
122.
No. Craig?
125?
Yeah. You went the wrong way, Zach.
I mixed it up. I was thinking of European releases, the PAL releases. I got confused.
Of course.
All right.
No.
Well,
It didn't come
it's
out.
all right.
I don't think it came out in Europe.
Well,
No,
don't
it's
take
soft
it.
launched.
don't-
It's soft launched in France. It didn't actually come out.
Well, all right. For the Intellivision, stop thinking about PAL. Stop thinking about Europe because we're talking North American, U.S. dollar bills. What did it launch at? How much was it?
Oh,
$299.99.
Yo, Craig got it spot on.
Go.
that's good.
Perfect. What is that in today's dollar? That must have been
Probably like
crazy expensive.
$700.
I feel like Craig Googled this shit now.
No.
Let's say I'll do 19. Was it 1979? 1979.
Let's figure it
Dollars
out
to
for our
now.
last question.
Yes, let's figure it out. I need to know how much people are paying for an Intellivision.
So 1979, $300. And the inflation calculator on Google is taking its time. All right, so 1979.
It's such a high price, I can't even calculate it.
So $300. Oh, not that.
It's got to be like $742.
Oh shit. $1,300.
Holy shit.
Oh, sorry, that's 2024. Okay, it doesn't go past 2024. It's probably more than that.
God, imagine spending that much money on an Intellivision. And you're like, man, it's
I'm
never
guessing
going to
it's why
get better than this. Is the peak of gaming.
All right, and lastly, the Intellivision. How many units did it sell? Like within here, I'm gonna give you four answers.
All right.
750,000, 2 million, 2.5 million, 3 million.
2 million.
I'm going with 750.
You're both wrong.
2.5.
3.
Zach got it.
Yeah.
It was like 3.
Yeah. We really know our stuff here.
Nobody knows Intellivision like we know Intellivision. Zach's expertise is on overseas Intellivision, unfortunately.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
pal,
next episode we'll be doing like Fire Emblem, so I'll have to find some Fire Emblem stuff. So it's a game specific episode, so
God.
Zach might be able to catch up there. But then the following episode is gonna be Intellivision games, so do y'all research.
How funny would it be, Zach, if you took the time to just become like a lore expert on like European and television releases? Like you knew everything there was to know. Memorize the Wikipedia page and all.
Looking up top selling European television games.
There we go. I really
All
couldn't
right.
name a single Intellivision game right now. I really couldn't.
Will they have like bowling, tennis, like shit like that?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's what like Christian bought.
Just random sports.
Right? They were cheap.
But he bought like learn how to speak French or something like that.
I think that was
No,
like
that was-
some weird Atari thing.
That was
for
a weird
PC.
Atari thing.
Oh, no.
That thing was pretty cool though.
It was really cool. Shout out to the French.
All right, so
Actually, don't shout out to the French. I changed my mind.
No,
all right, so
Clear Obscure Expedition 33. They're cool.
Okay, they get a pass. For now.
okay, so other than territories right now, we got Zach and Craig's score. Craig got 13 and Zach got 9.5.
0.5.
Other than territories, what'd you say?
We're talking about French and all that stuff, so I don't know. what I
Sorry.
said.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Still in the lead for
In striking
however
distance,
long.
that's all I ask. Just put it in striking distance.
Striking distance. Even if you got
Hey.
all 4 questions right next episode, you'd still be behind.
You said 13 and 9.5, right?
Oh no, you'd
Yeah.
be ahead by 0.5.
But
Let's
every
go.
episode
Right
we
where I
do
want to be.
every episode we do 5 questions. So I think we did.
I'm pretty sure we just did 4.
Yeah, we did 5.
Did we do 5?
13 plus 9.5
Yeah.
is
Okay.
21 or 22 and a half. So
Yeah, this
we're-
got all jumbled up when we started doing half points. All right, because y'all were like, give a half point for that, a half point for that, and that's where shit got stupid. All right, so
That's fair. I'm too tired for all this.
all right, but we're at 13 and 9.5. That's where we're at.
All that matters is that I am winning. Boys, the topic of the show, the most wanted GameCube games on Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo Switch 2. We're having a good time with it so far. The GameCube. We fucking love it. Is there a lot of games we need on there still? Most definitely. They started us out with 3. Currently out, we have Wind Waker, F-Zero GX, and Soul Calibur 2. How do we feel about the starting lineup, Zach?
I'm a fan of it. Personally, F-Zero GX has been neglected because not only have I been playing Mario Kart, but I've been playing Fast Fusion. We're both launch games, so I'm like, do I need a third racing game to play on this thing right now? I do not. So I've been neglecting F-Zero GX, but having Soul Calibur 2 is cool. I'm glad to finally play through Wind Waker for the first time in over 2 decades. So,
Tyler, what's your thought on this starting lineup?
F-Zero GX, great game, hard as shit, but I'm glad it's getting some love and you can finally play it, on like modern shit now. Soul Calibur 2, one of my favorite fighting game franchises. Found out I need some practice, but we'll get there. And Wind Waker, Zelda I never played yet, makes it easier for me to access, easier to play it, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. So
Have they done a little more than just 3? Maybe,
Mhm.
but but
That's
I'll live with it. You
yeah,
know,
that's
they
big.
technically gave us 6. They gave us PAL versions. So
That's true. If you want to play the European version for any reason,
Well,
you can.
you know why they did that is because we have the World Edition Switches, and it annoys the hell out of me because if you go to your save states, the date on them is in day, month, year because it puts it in the European time.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Um, yeah, because basically there's Japanese switches and then there's everyone else switches, so that's why
don't
it
tell me
defaults
it
to having
disgusts
both
you when
on
you
there.
love world editions. Don't tell me it
I love
disgusts you. I
World
want to hear
Editions,
that
but
now.
it did annoy me to have duplicates of each game when I turn on the GameCube app.
Yeah,
Me too.
it's weird.
Once I realized I could turn that off, I was much happier.
You can?
Yeah, you can hide the
Yes.
European games.
Oh, I need to do that. I was about to say when this thing released like multiple games, I've got like 30 games on this thing. It's just gonna be jumbled up.
Oh my god, yeah. But I'm the same boat as you. I was gonna say first thing I was gonna say 3 games, not enough. I think it should have been at least like double that to be the starting lineup. 3 is just not a big selection for a premium service that you're paying for. And I know you get N64, Genesis, Game Boy Advance, all this other stuff, but you know you bought the new console. There's not a ton of new launch games for it. It would have been nice to have a little bit more on the GameCube front. That being said,
They've been getting less too. The N64 launched, I think, was 9,
yeah, Game Boy
8
Advance
or
is like
9,
5.
and then Game Boy S was 5, and then GameCube is 3. So they're getting less every time.
Yeah, and they don't add as much as they used to these online services either, so it does make me a little nervous. Like, I have a
They
list of
shit out of you. They're like, here, you want it? You want it? Come get it. Oh, there's Eternal Darkness. Like, you know,
yeah, they have
Let's gonna go to the N64, the GameCube 17 Plus app.
yes, definitely. But yeah,
man, I'm always
there's they listed the games that are going to be coming to the GameCube Online, and I'm like, I hope that's not it. That'd be very disappointing with how little they'd start to drip feed this stuff. So hopefully it's a bit more lively and full than what it is. But I do think the 3 games we got to start are very good games. F-Zero GX is just way too hard. I can't do it. I spent like an hour trying to beat the second chapter the other night in the story mode, and I can't do it. So I think I'm just calling it quits on that one.
keep trying.
No,
You'll get
it's
it.
frustrating.
You'll get it.
But as we talked earlier, Soul Calibur 2, that's my shit. I love that game. I grew up playing that game religiously. I've always loved it. And of course, when I was a kid, I loved it because Link was in it. But, as time went on, I tried other characters. And as I got older, I just think it's a really good, solid fighting game. Very corny, cheesy voice acting and dialogue and stuff. But just feels really good. Plays super well on the Switch Online. Wind Waker, of course, my favorite Zelda game. So I'm having a blast with that. Don't want to talk too much about it since we're going to be doing a game-specific episode on Wind Waker. But I'm having a blast with that. I have noticed, and I thought I was crazy till I saw other people talk about it online, a little bit of input delay in Wind Waker, which is very strange. I noticed that pretty much right away. I thought that it felt weird and a bit more jank than I remember. And I'm not sure what the issue is with that. So hopefully there's an update that could kind of smooth that out a little bit more. But absolutely loving my time with it. It's almost like the actual Switch 2's launch lineup. It's good, but it's just not super exciting. Could have been a little bit more, is where I stand.
Yep.
What's coming, we know at least, what is it? That's about 7 games that are coming that have been confirmed already. So we have Mario Sunshine. We have Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Mario Strikers. Chibi Robo. Luigi's Mansion, and Pokemon Coliseum are the other games that have been confirmed to be coming for this. Tyler, how do you feel about these upcoming games?
I mean, I feel like it's good. I'm gonna enjoy playing the Pokemon ones again. I always enjoyed those. I know some people don't like them, but a lot of people like Coliseum better than XD. I kind of prefer XD. Luigi's Mansion, that's a classic. Chibi Robo, I never played it. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I don't know. I have to watch
Chibi
the
Robo's the
Bird
only one I
Dog
haven't
streams. That thing
played.
looks boring as hell. Mario Strikers. I actually never played the Strikers games, and I always heard that the GameCube one's the best one, so that'd be kind of cool. Fire Emblem, can't go wrong with an RPG, and Mario Sunshine, one of the best Mario games. Fight me on that hill. Yeah.
Zach, how you feeling?
I'll meet you. I'll meet you on that hill. I love Sunshine.
We'll tag team.
Yeah, like Tyler said, I enjoyed both the Pokemon games. I've played both of them one time. I think XD Gale of Darkness I rented from Blockbuster like like I rented it and like renewed the rental, renewed the rental, renewed the rental. My mom never bought it for me, but she let me rent it several times. Never played Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, fun game. Very excited to play Path of Radiance again. Like, I'm trying to get through Sacred Stones just so I can tell myself the next Fire Emblem game we'll play is Path of Radiance. Because I haven't played this one it's probably been 10 years since I played all the way through it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Mario Strikers, that's probably what we'll get next. At the Switch 2 like hands-on events, Mario Strikers was already on the NSO app when people were playing it as the fourth game. So I imagine we'll get that pretty soon, actually. And that's a fun multiplayer game, and has a fun little like tournament style single player. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I've actually never played Mario Strikers either, so I'm excited to try that out. I've always heard that it seems to be most people's favorite like Mario sports franchise, and specifically the GameCube entry, as you guys were saying. So I'm excited for that. Sunshine, I need to force myself to finish it, even though I don't enjoy it that much. So I'm gonna do it. Whether it be for this show or on my own time, I'm definitely gonna make sure it happens because the only 3D Mario games I haven't beaten are that and Galaxy 2. So I need to make a point to do that eventually. Path of Radiance, I've talked about it on the show. It's my fourth favorite game of all time, and my favorite Fire Emblem. So, obviously ecstatic for that to be playable on a portable console, with ease and accessible to people, because this game has always been pretty expensive, for the last decade or so, at least. It's always been like over $100 physical game. I think it's closer to like $250 now. So it's a very expensive video game. Yes, sir?
Make fun of Path of Radiance real quick. I'm reading the back of the box. They're trying to advertise the fact that there's character skills in the game, and it says customize your units with combat skills like Deadeye. Like, I don't know what that means. You can say customize with combat skills. You don't have to tell me a name of one with no context. Like
that is really funny.
You could have said customize your units with combat skills.
Do you think there's one person out there who's like, oh, Deadeye, dude?
Dude, I can't wait for Deadeye. Yeah.
Can't wait to use Deadeye.
Master strategy, steel, and sorcery to guide Ike and his forces to victory and restore peace to the Seven Kingdoms.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That sounds pretty generic, but it's a very good game.
The intro movie and title screen for Path of Radiance go hard as hell, too. Like the pan up to the castle. It looks so sick.
I'm just going to take this moment to slander you real quick, Craig. I think it's really funny how much you love Path of Radiance and you still have not played Radiant Dawn.
Because it's totally valid.
It's literally like the other half of the story. There's so much more there.
I know.
It's like...
I know. I have to do it. I own it on Wii. I have it loaded up on my Steam Deck. It's like I could play it at any time. I just haven't done it. And I've owned Radiant Dawn for over a decade at this point now, too, and I've just never gotten around to playing it, so... I need to do it.
Good game.
Do you think it's better? Do you think it's the better half of the story?
Radiant Dawn was my favorite Fire Emblem until Three Houses.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I love Radiant Dawn.
Who knows? Maybe that can end up replacing Path of Radiance in my top 5 then. Who knows?
It's not as like streamlined and clean. It's much more like grand epic, doing a big story here. They go for it. I liked how ambitious it was. But sometimes it falters because of that ambition, but I love it a lot.
It's supposed to be pretty tough too, huh? One of the harder ones.
I never know because like I always play through the games the first time. At least I used to always play through them the first time on normal difficulty. Whatever, decent challenge, you get surprised by stuff. I've played the game so many times that I've forgotten what they're like the first time through when you don't know what's happening. I really don't, because I just know what's going to happen, so it's not hard anymore.
That's fair. All the surprises on the maps and stuff, right?
Yeah, I know what characters are good. I know where the good weapons are. It's like
Yeah, because I'm not as seasoned of a Fire Emblem player as you, of course, but Path of Radiance is definitely the hardest one that I have played and finished. So Path of Radiance gets very tough. And then Chibi Robo, I have not ever finished because I thought it was really fucking boring, honestly. I know people like it, but I'm not a Chibi Robo fan personally. But I'd be willing to give it another shot because I haven't played it in many years now. Luigi's Mansion, obviously a classic. people are saying it was weird that 2 and 3 are on the Switch, but 1 is not. Here we go. Now we have Luigi's Mansion 1 on the Switch. And then Pokemon Colosseum and XD. I tried Colosseum, and it's not that it's bad, but it is like the slowest turn-based game I've ever played in my entire life. Like, every battle is like half a fucking hour, and all you're doing in this game is walking around and battling. So it gets really old really fast, unfortunately. But
that Mirror B theme go hard though.
Oh yeah, the music is great, and graphically, I love the way the games look. The games look awesome. Really cool art.
I wish
style.
they would like attempt another game in that style.
It would be really cool, but yeah, it's just if there was like a ×2 speed button, I'd have absolutely no problems with those games. But it felt like such a slog, honestly. So
you should feel at home with that game, Craig, because they designed the world of that game around Arizona. That was their inspiration.
Was it really?
Yes.
No wonder it felt so cozy. Bunch of houses made of sheet metal. That's what it's like in Arizona. Just like that. But I'm very excited for what's to come on Switch Online. Like I said, I really hope this isn't it. That would be very disappointing. But we'll get there. It'll probably, be an entire year before all these games show up on the app, which sucks. But
if I remember correctly, that's what they did with the N64. They showed a handful of games, and those games took roughly a year, and then they started adding random ones at like random increments. They'll probably add these games at a regular interval over the course of a year.
They're gonna be like, "You want SSX Tricky? You want SSX?
I hope so.
Gotta stay subscribed. It might come now. It might come in 4 years. Who knows? But very excited to see what's to come. But obviously, there's plenty of excellent GameCube games that are not out now, not on the coming soon list, that we would love to see on there. So, Zach, why don't you go first? What's a game you would love to see on the Nintendo Switch GameCube Online?
Well, I'll just get out of the way because Tyler already brought it up. I would love to see SSX Tricky.
There we go.
The best PlayStation 2 game, also one of those GameCube games. I would love to have this on. And so, if for nothing else, just to play Garibaldi, the first map, it starts the game off right. It's like, I know what you want to do. Here's a big mountain, jump off and do some tricks. And that's the best part of the game. Yeah, I love SSX Tricky. I prefer it greatly to like 1080. 1080, I feel like it's too physics-based and it's too like, I want to jump around and do stupid crap. I don't want to like worry about where my bouncing on my board right. No, I never understood 1080.
That's fair.
But SSX Tricky always clicked with me. So this is probably might be one of my most played GameCube games. It's definitely like the top 3 of my most played. I played through this game several times. You can level up your character stats by beating races or the trick mode show off. You can like level up their stats. So it's got like, some RPG elements. You get new boards, new costumes. It's a lot of fun.
Good stuff. What's so funny, Tyler? What are you laughing at?
I just thought it was like got some RPG elements.
That wasn't what I was going for, but it does have RPG elements. And it's funny because I play as Mac. He's the best trick character, and I think everyone has 4 stats. It's like speed, stability, trick, and there's a 4th, maybe acceleration. I can't remember what the 4th stat. It might be acceleration. But I just always upgrade his speed stat to the max first. So I'm like slowly cantering all these corners, and I just bust out this crazy like trick. It looks very silly, but it's also very fun like that.
Nice. Tyler, what is a GameCube game you want to see?
GameCube game I want to see. We're obviously going with an RPG. I want to see Skies of Arcadia Legends.
Great pick.
That is one that, as I mentioned on the show before, me and Craig were originally like, hey, let's do like a video game book club. And we were going to do that game. And we still never did.
Yeah, it still hasn't happened.
I'm telling you, if it comes to NSO, we're doing that episode.
Yeah, then there's zero excuse to do it. To not do it. So.
We got to do it. We're playing it. All 3 of us. And we're going to talk about it. No long plays required. But yeah, just that one. Because it's one RPG that I always hear a lot about. And it's kind of just Sega doesn't do anything with it, and let's play it, bro.
Yeah. Skies of
Yeah.
Arcadia is so good. I would love for that to happen, and I'm curious to see how much Sega we will get on GameCube Online, just because this was right after the Dreamcast died. So I wonder if they're going to be pretty whatever about letting their games be on this service. I think that they're going to be pretty free about it. Like, I think that we'll get a lot of the weird Sega GameCube games on here. So, and I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully.
And it just got me thinking. Imagine Phantasy Star Online with multiple, like NSO multiplayer.
Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. I think I've told this story on here before, but one of my funnest gaming experiences ever was couch co-op Phantasy Star Online on the GameCube. It was so fun. I had an absolute blast with that.
I would grind that. I would grind it like crazy with y'all.
That'd be so
game
fun.
Chat with NSO.
It's a hard game too. Like, it is not an easy MMO. You get your ass beat right away. But it would be a fantastic time.
I'm wondering now though. Okay, so when you play multiplayer on NSO, it treats it like a local game.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some games that had online, like Phantasy Star Online, if they would let you play on your own local instance on your own save with another person on their own save.
I'm pretty sure they do, because I think that's how it worked if you actually played it online back in the day.
I'm saying NSO. I wonder if NSO is going to let you do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the online's kind of built into the game, right? So I wonder if you'd think that function would still be there. Presumably. Hopefully.
I'm wondering. They're weird, man. I don't know.
You just don't trust them.
I don't trust them at all.
I know that even if it does have to be the tiny little split screen, I'd be okay with it, because it'd still be awesome to be able to play that game with a bunch of
I'm talking about
buddies.
like having your own character.
Yeah. No, yeah, you do. You still get your own character.
But if you're playing it through their like local,
true. That's true.
local
Okay.
instance.
Yeah. I wonder.
Just re-release it. Fuck it.
That too.
That would also be great.
Isn't Phantasy Star Online 2 like kind of a popular MMO right now?
Yeah, I don't know if it's popular, but it's still around. People are playing it. Like, it's
just
nowhere
had
near like a 14 or an ESO or a WoW or anything, but it's still kicking. I've always wanted to try it, but I never got around to playing it.
I don't know if it's still going, but they just had a huge Sonic the Hedgehog event on it.
Hell
You
yeah.
get a bunch of Sonic stuff.
Yeah, currently there's 1,100 people playing on Steam right now.
There you go. See, it's pretty lively. More than fucking Mabinogi. If anyone else in the world knows what that game is, or Maple Story, these games I used to play as a kid, I think they're still around, but no one plays them.
The all-time peak for Phantasy Star Online 2 on Steam is 60,000.
There you
Craig's
go.
go-to RPG was Free
And
Roam.
the all-time peak for Final Fantasy 14. Damn it. I don't know. Never mind. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I would love to play some Phantasy Star.
We should just all download Phantasy Star Online too. Fuck it, let's play that together.
I have it.
It's on PlayStation now, isn't it?
That's where I played it.
Exactly. So, because I remember for a long time it was only on Xbox One, which was super weird. Very poor choice on their part to make that an Xbox exclusive. But yeah, we should do that. That'd be fun. Y'all ever play RuneScape back in the day?
Technically, yes. I had an account at a friend's house. I'd only play at his house.
I know so many people that used to play it, but I never played it. I was very into, for some reason, Nexon as a publisher and developer I was super into as a kid, which is like the most random one to be into. But yeah, I used to play like Mabinogi and Maple Story and stuff, and I loved playing those games as a child and teenager.
I'm not familiar. Like, is there anything stopping them from like putting RuneScape Classic, like a local version of that on, or putting that on Switch? Like, could that work?
I don't know.
Or does it rely on,
Might be the way it was programmed. So, or like what it was coded in or something. I'm not totally sure, because I actually think you could play it on iOS, which is interesting too. I think you could just straight up play old school RuneScape on your phone.
That'd be neat.
So there's options out there. So I guess we could all agree on Phantasy Star Online. That wasn't actually on my original list, but that was a great call. So shout out to that. My number one pick, and you could explain yourself about this one, Zach, because we talked about this last night on Game Chat, but of why it probably won't work. My number one pick is the original Animal Crossing. If we got that, I would never touch New Horizons ever again. I would probably never touch any other Animal Crossing ever again, because the original one on GameCube is my shit. I still think that it's the most fun to revisit and play long term. And if they added that to NSO, I don't know if I'd ever need another game to play. There it is, the beautiful memory card.
Yeah, but no manual, because I hate myself, apparently.
Oh, God. Disgusting. So, Zach, why don't you go ahead and explain why you don't think that it'll get added or why it won't work? Because you made me realize this, and I didn't even think about it. It made me very sad.
So, to be clear, I want it to be added. It is like my second most highly sought. I want that one added. I love Animal Crossing on GameCube. Nintendo is really weird. If a game doesn't have full functionality, they just don't like to touch it. They don't like to, they don't want to acknowledge that the game's not going to work 100% right, so they just don't put it on, re-release it. Mm-hmm. Animal Crossing works on a clock system, and I wonder if that game being embedded in the GameCube app, it could probably access the Switch's clock, but then I wonder what would happen if you place a save state. And you have a save state at one time, maybe say December 5th at 12 a.m., and then you start playing at July 17th at 3 p.m. If the game's just going to break, if it's going to know what to do with the time skip, if it's going to... I wonder if they would have a smarter way to handle that.
Well, I mean, if you did the save state, don't you think it would just be... I never played Animal Crossing, so correct me if I'm wrong. But don't you think it would just be if you were playing the regular GameCube one, you went on June 2nd, and then you haven't played until December 23rd?
That's why I don't know, because maybe they would put build in a clock within the Animal Crossing game itself, because the way the game works, things happen overnight when you're not playing the game. Time passes, weeds grow, all that stuff. I wonder if when the game is not running, if it was just each local instance would have its own clock that it follows. I don't know how it would work.
Yeah, I'm trying to read up on the Dolphin forums, actually, which is the famous GameCube emulator, and it seems like save states really mess things up. So
really, do they really?
Yeah, people were save stating and then saving their game regularly, and then it was just their town just got deleted.
Yeah.
So
I would hope that they would take special care and attention to make this game work, because it is a very popular game. New Horizons sold 45 million copies or whatever. They're going to know that if they put the original game on NSO, people are going to want to try it, and they're going to want to make it function. So maybe they go out of their way to make a special clock that's built into just that game so it works correctly. I don't know.
Yeah, everything I'm reading, between Reddit and that is everyone's just don't use save states because you just break the game because it's associated to your clock.
Yeah. Also, this game, I've always wondered. It's called Animal Crossing, right?
Yes.
All the other games have, Wild World, New Horizons, New Leaf, City Folk. Is this game called Animal Crossing Population Growing, or is that just a random thing on there?
No, I think that's just a tagline.
It's just a tagline?
Yeah, because then you could be the game is called Welcome to Animal Crossing Population Growing. That's
fair. I completely.
Oh, I hope you have that in the W's of your GameCube with your weird ass fucking alphabetization. I hope you got it down there. Or you're doing something wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking free. No, I guess on the side it does just say Animal Crossing.
Exactly. The spine is what matters. So the spine is what matters.
Yeah. Fine. Okay.
And they got that boy Booker on the side. Is that Booker or is it the other? Which one's is Booker the other dog? What's the other dog's name?
I can't remember.
Well, what was the game you got weird on your shelf? You got Madden 2008 before 07 or something, or
Yeah, Madden 2005 goes after Madden 07 because 0 comes before 2.
I can't.
Also, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 comes before Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition because
no, it
2
does
comes
not.
before D.
No,
2 comes before D.
Numbers go at the end. Numbers go at the end.
Craig, remember when Zach walked out the room and I was like, I'm fixing this shit. And then the next week he texted us, which one of y'all motherfuckers did this?
I couldn't find it. I was lost. I couldn't find my game for it.
It's Madden 2005.
You couldn't find the game next to the other game. Just on the other side.
Where is it?
How am I gonna play Madden 07? But yeah, what was I saying about Animal Crossing? Yeah, I wonder, you know what, if they added that game, they just like for this one game, no save states. I think people would be okay with that. I think everyone would kind of understand the situation.
There's already precedence for that. They have a special app that they made you transfer your island between Switches with New Horizons. They don't really do cloud saves for New Horizons. They already work around the clock system in these games in a special way. So maybe you're right. Maybe they would just put this game on here and say no save states.
And I almost wonder with New Horizons, because I know people have gotten mad about that because I think people think it's for anti-cheating, but I actually wonder if it's like the game would just break. If like not everything matches up perfectly, and then people would be more upset that their islands like disappeared.
I think there's probably a little both. The reason I think it's probably the anti-cheating thing, at least a little bit, is because they do the same thing with Pokemon. They don't want people to have like duplicates of their Pokemon and trade them and then reload the other one.
Yeah, because Pokemon transferred for me just fine when I uploaded it to my Switch too. So
Yeah.
because I remember, I think you scared me, Tyler. Like, oh, your save's probably gone, and I was like, oh no, that would suck. I hope not.
Yeah, because originally, like they probably changed it with Switch too, but originally they did that to where you couldn't have a cloud save of it because of like the exploiting the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they changed that for Switch 2 matters.
Good stuff.
Which I mean, good, because if not, that'd have been stupid. Like if I had just restarted my whole game.
But yeah, Animal Crossing, definitely the original is my favorite. I love going back to it, so really hoping that we get it on there eventually. Zach,
I'm literally listening to music in my head right now.
Are you? That's one of those games that I would love to actually like 100% one day. Like I know it would take years and years and years, but imagine booting that bad boy up every day for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years and just having the feeling of accomplishment of actually doing it, like finishing the museum, getting all the model sets and all that crazy stuff. Is like that would be so cool to be able to have that. And then your memory card dies and you want to kill yourself because that's a possibility. But
I wonder what they're gonna do with that game with like booting up an NES game within NSO. Like you're gonna boot up Balloon Fight and they're gonna like it like opens the NES app or some crap.
Something crazy like that. That'd be fun.
What's going on here?
I always loved shout out one of my biggest like earworms, so to say, is when I think of that the original Animal Crossing and the Nintendo logo pops up and it's just a random villager saying it every time. It's like Nintendo or Nintendo.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right,
it's so good. It's so good.
All right, Zach, what's another game you would love to see on the GameCube Switch Online?
Okay, so here's one of my favorite multiplayer games. Another Mario sports game, Mario Superstar Baseball. For whatever reason, there's only 2 Mario baseball games. I don't know if it's just like maybe it doesn't have. It definitely has worldwide appeal in Nintendo's eyes because United States and Japan are both super into baseball.
Yeah, that's why I think it's surprising there's not more.
Yeah, there's only this one and the Wii one. I played this one more. The Wii one's also fun. This is just the one I go back to.
The thing I like about the Wii one is the character roster.
There's such a huge roster on the Wii one. It's so cool.
You're able to get like anyone. It was like the Mario Kart world of baseball, bro. Like
you can play as you have like the Kremlings on your baseball team.
Oh my god, that's goofy.
And then cool. they have like DK, Baby DK. They had you had the blooper. You had like
they had basically every single like Mario universe sub enemy and type of enemy and so yeah, you can play regular exhibition against your friends. There's fun mini games that breaking barrels. There's like a falling block puzzle, and you have to hit the baseball at the barrels to like get combos. There's like 5 or 6 of those mini games. All the characters have special moves. At least all the main characters, all your like captains, your Bowsers, your Marios, your Daisies. They've all got special like swings and special pitches. It's just a ton of fun. I think it's a really, really good one-on-one multiplayer game. And the story mode, it's basically like a tutorial, like a lot of Nintendo sports games tend to be. You just kind of play through like a 3 or 4 hour teach you how to play kind of thing, and then you start playing your friends is the main seller here. I also think this is funny. This is one of those games. I'm pretty sure this is one of the games that launched and they just had bestseller on there at launch.
No, it's just for some reason it's incredibly hard to find the non-bestseller version.
Oh,
It's
gotcha. Okay.
super uncommon. Same with what is the other one? The tennis game. It's the same thing. Just you
Gotcha.
always see bestseller, but there is ones without. It's just super hard to find. And it's also weird because why was there bestseller stamps and then there's player's choice? It's very strange that they had both. Not that game in particular, but just in general. Like why they have two different lines of good selling games.
Let me read this last line here because I think you'll like this.
Yes, please.
So whether you're hurling fireballs as Mario or blasting curving banana ball dingers as DK, you've never played ball like this.
Pause. Feel like I just got sexually
Curving-
assaulted by Donkey Kong.
Blasting curving banana ball dingers as DK.
Or like Donkey Dong, am I right?
Do you think you could do all of that in Donkey Kong Bonanza as well?
Maybe. I don't know. I hope so.
Good stuff.
Donkey Kong in this game, he's one of the players. He doesn't have a bat. He just has a boxing glove, and he just punches the ball, which is
That's
really cool.
awesome.
Yep.
It's just in general, it's like the GameCube had so many good multiplayer games. I hope that they just add a ton of multiplayer games to this service.
And NSO could be so good if they work on the online a little bit and they add all the good multiplayer games. It could really hold me over multiplayer wise.
Definitely. Tyler, I'm yawning, but what's another game you would like to see?
Yawning.
I'm
Dude,
yawning.
I have not slept in like 2 weeks. My body just does not want to let me rest, so I'm running on fumes. I don't even have an energy drink this morning. I am dying.
You ready? You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
I want NBA Street Volume 2 so that way I could play as Mario and dunk on motherfuckers.
There you go. There you go. Super weird that exists.
Not really, but that'd be funny as shit if they actually added that. Could you imagine? Like a random fucking Tuesday afternoon.
They're looking
It's like random Tuesday afternoon. Sky's looking sunny, wind going to the north, like, and then Nintendo just drops a tweet. They're like, "You best get NBA Street Volume 2 now on your GameCube NSO." Like, the world would probably explode.
It's true. We wouldn't be able to handle it.
The world's already kind of exploding, but it would go higher, another level, a new level. All right,
Another one.
It brokers world peace because everyone starts playing NBA Street Volume 2 on their
Yeah,
NSO.
everything's
Exactly.
fine.
This
It's
is
like
how
it's like when Pokemon Go came out many years ago, and everyone was just at peace for 2 weeks catching Pokemon.
dude, like where I live, like in town, it's not the best. But bro, when Pokemon Go came out, like in town, there's this little park, and people were there 24 hours a day. Literally, you can go there at 4 a.m. There's people walking circles at it. Like literally at least 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like those days were crazy. We'd just be there walking around, and somebody's like, "Yo, there's a Blastoise at the fountain." And everybody's like, "Ah!" at 4 a.m.
It was awesome.
Like,
That was super awesome.
That was the last time the world was truly at peace. Was when Pokemon Go first launched.
then you see what happened. They drip feeded Pokemon too slow, and the game died. So Nintendo, don't drip feed us.
Oh, it's
GameCube.
not dead. People still love Pokemon Go.
But it's not like how it was.
I don't know, man. I still know tons and tons and tons of people that play it like religiously. Like they leave the house, Pokemon Go is open the entire time.
I think it's just it's just more casual. It's not as like, people aren't like making this big deal out of it. Traveling in groups, people are
That's
just playing
fair.
it by themselves.
That's fair.
I remember I joined a Discord to do raids, and we would like go around the city just doing raids. That was fun.
That's really cool.
But anyway, so yeah, NBA. I'm gonna say another pick because I don't want to use it as my actual
Yeah,
pick.
your real answer. Well, you can say as many
Well,
games as you want. We're not on a time limit. We're actually
Well,
only at an hour and a half. This has been
Yeah, we're
a
actually doing
shorter
pretty-
episode.
doing pretty
Usually
good.
we get to topic of the show around 2 hours, so
Wow. They're probably like, end it now. Have it a short episode. End it now. But as long as we don't hit 3.
oh, we can make
But
it
anyway.
3 easy. Easy, don't try me.
I mean, we usually sit here and ramble for like 4 hours after the show, anyways.
That's also true.
Just record it. Put it on our OF.
Yes,
But
exactly.
but yeah, so NBA Street Volume 2, add that shit. And another one I was thinking Now, I was originally like, man, what if they put Donkey Kong Jungle Beat but made it to where you could use the Joy-Cons, right? But then I was like, I don't know how well that would work. But if they wait, and if they eventually do Wii NSO, they could do that because they released it with those new controls that worked with the Wii remote and the nunchuck, which I feel like could probably be kind of similar with the Joy-Cons. That they could find a way. But
Why are you talking about a Wii game right now?
I just
But-
realized
you just realized what?
they're totally gonna make new DK bongos and re-release them for NSO.
Dude, hell yeah.
100%.
See? And you're gonna
100%.
buy them. And you're gonna buy
I am
them.
gonna buy them. I'm gonna have the NSO DK bongos 100%.
Like, I don't know. That game was a trip, and I'll play that shit again. I remember I'd be playing that at like 3 in the morning. And my dad would come and be like, "Can you shut up?" Like, you're just like,
boom, boom.
like. But yeah, man, I want to go play some Jungle Beat now. But yeah,
I've never played Jungle Beat, but what's the rhythm game series? I forget the name of it. That sucks.
Donkey Konga.
Yeah, Donkey Konga blows. I fucking hate Donkey Konga with a passion.
Happy birthday to you.
Exactly. It is the worst song selection in any rhythm game I've ever played. I remember I literally was
Wait.
like, what the fuck is this shit? I couldn't do it.
It legit has Happy Birthday on it.
Yeah. And like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. There's not a lot of Mario music on it. Or a lot of Donkey Kong music.
So it's like Mario Dance Mix, whatever. for
Which was also
Kongs.
fucking terrible. Actually, that's probably my least favorite rhythm game of all time. Is
Sold,
Mario.
what if they sold a new Mario dance
Dance
DDR mat? It's like a
Would you guys buy that?
probably.
Zach would. I already know he would 100%.
And then he could try to
No.
speedrun F-Zero GX with it.
Yo,
DK rap in
Yo.
here. They have the DK rap in here.
There we go. There's one good song. I'm telling you, it's straight booty. For some reason, they made fucking Nintendo rhythm games, but didn't want to have Nintendo music in them. It was very strange.
Happy birthday.
The last song on the set list for the North American version of the game is "On the Road Again" by Willie Nelson.
It's awful. It's absolutely awful.
They've got "Whip It." We got "Whip It" by Devo. That's pretty good.
Oh, perfect. It's exactly the kind of music I want to play on my DK bongos on my Nintendo rhythm game. Just Whip
Yeah.
It by fucking Devo. What were they?
Good stuff
What
on
were
here.
they doing? What were they thinking back in the day?
They were thinking it's going to sell.
I don't think
It's a
they
good
did.
song. So what are you talking
To be
about?
fair, they did make a bongo controller set for all 4 games, so someone was buying them.
All 4 games?
Well, I guess we didn't get the third Donkey Konga in America, but that exists in
there
Japan.
was
I have
I
four.
need to get a Donkey-
I have 4 sets of CIB bongos, one for each game that came out in America, and then one that was just the
CIB
standalone bongos.
bongos.
So I'm ready for 4-player bongo anytime, guys.
Did it come in a big box? I guess.
Mhm.
Okay.
Big beautiful box.
Man.
Some of my favorite things that I own. I didn't realize until like a year ago that one of my Donkey Konga bundle was still sealed, and I thought that was cool. And I opened it, and I probably should have recorded opening it, just because who's opening up a brand new set of DK bongos in 2024? Could have made some sweet content out of that, and I missed my opportunity. Next
Man.
up, we need some Eternal Darkness on GameCube Online. They'll have to make a separate app, which would be stupid, because they'll have to do
Yeah.
a 17+ app. But
Yes.
Eternal Darkness is
That
awesome.
and Geist.
Yes, that and Geist. Geist is a super weird game. Have you guys played Geist?
No.
No.
Geist is so fucking weird. But I'd like both, but Eternal Darkness is my pick here for now. An absolutely ridiculous and cool and interesting horror game, Canadian developed, which is kind of fun too. Not a lot of games came out from Canada back in the day. It's much more bustling there now, but really cool, interesting, unique horror game that messes with you. Like intentionally glitches things out, pretends to delete your save file and change your volume and all these other different things attached to a sanity meter. It's just a super weird, unique horror game. Has a really cool and interesting story too. How it's kind of like a bloodline kind of thing going on throughout time. So highly recommend it if you haven't played it, and I hope they add it to Switch Online. Unfortunately, I think that some of the effects of the way that the game messes with you don't hold up because it's like kind of based off of like old monitors and old TVs, so it's like very clearly like not your TV that's wigging out. You know, when you see like the really the TV fuzz or the really cruddy like volume levels and stuff like that you'd see on an old TV. But you know, the idea is still novel, it's still cool, and there's no other horror game like it. So it's got a little bit of that jank, that good jank from back in the day. So good old Eternal Darkness. I hope it makes it on there eventually.
I'd like to try it. I've never played it.
You know what game I want on there?
What's
Sure,
that?
we could skip Zach.
Just, hey, he got to say Phantasy Star and then went right again.
I've added a game every time y'all say something I butt in, so go
That's
ahead.
also true.
So this is my turn to butt in. All right, dude. I want them to add. You know, they usually throw in some random ass game, and I want a random ass game. I want to play fucking Cubivore. I don't care if it's not a good game. I
would
don't
love
care.
that.
I just want to play it, and I want to see everybody like, oh my god, Cubivore's on NSO. Like, dude, if they
Who
added
owns
that,
Cubivore?
Atlas published it.
Atlas published it. Oh, Intelligent Systems developed it?
That's right, they did. I forgot.
And
so
then whoever
really-
Sarah...
So they could probably make it happen. It's Intelligent Systems.
dude, if I got Cubivore, if I could play Cubivore on the Switch 2 in 2025, well, realistically, probably 2027, my life would be set. Like,
Be set.
I don't know about y'all. Like, I could probably go buy one next weekend, but I'm not going to do that because I'm holding out for the Switch 2. Switch 2 is going to get Cubivore. Hear me out. It's going to happen.
I went to the Cubivore Wikipedia, and under the gameplay tab, there's two sub-tabs.
Uh-huh.
Mutation
Mm-hmm.
and mating.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
Cubivore.
just so funny.
Dude,
Yep.
Cubivore is so
What?
bizarre. It is such a
What
weird
is it even
game.
about? Like, what is...
At certain points in the game, a Cubivore will face a boss it simply cannot beat, since it does not have enough limbs to attack it successfully. Thus, a Cubivore sees fit to enter a love tunnel, whereupon it can mate with females and inhabit a new generation of Cubivore, now with an additional limb.
Yep.
So, Zach, are you hearing what I'm hearing?
I love tunnels, or I don't know. I like love tunnels. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a loop game.
It is a
It
loop,
is a loop
game.
game.
It's a loop game.
Y'all both said the same thing. It is
It's a
loop
lemon looper.
No, yeah, Cubivore is very strange. I don't know if I think it's good, but it's definitely an experience. There's nothing else like it, so.
I wouldn't say it's good. But...
But it's worth playing. You know, not every... I like plenty of games that are bad, so, and I wouldn't even say Cubivore is bad, but it's just weird. There's nothing else like it. Like you said, the mutating and mating, that is the gameplay loop. And then it's survival of the fittest. You're basically trying to become like the alpha animal of the forest. It's very strange and very weird.
You know, I'm always looping through that love tunnel.
Looping through the love tunnel with the luscious slut.
That'd be a good subtitle,
Love
Cubivore,
those.
looping through the love tunnel.
There we go. But yeah, Cubivore's it's an interesting one. I would love if that showed up. I don't know if it will because I feel like it's just too abstract. But the fact that Intelligent Systems made it, gives a little bit of hope, right? Because it's like, who knows if Atlas even has the publishing rights to it after all these years. But Atlas has put out games on NSO in Japan, so they're willing to work with Nintendo because the Shin Megami Tensei games are on the Super Nintendo online for Japan, I believe.
We also got what was it? That Genesis game, Crusader Ascenti. Ain't that an Atlas
Oh
game?
yeah, that is an Atlas game. So Atlas is willing to work with these people. So who knows? Anything's possible.
We got Cubivore. I want it.
Why are you so fascinated with Cubivore?
It just looks so silly and stupid, and I love that type of shit.
It is very silly and very stupid. You will enjoy it. Zach, what's another one you'd like to see?
So this wasn't on my list, but Tyler bringing up Cubivore brought up another silly game I want. I don't think this game didn't get released in North America, so I had to play the Nasty Pal version. But I want to try Doshin the Giant.
Doshin the Giant.
I want to see what that's about. Under that
the
weird
Giant is also a
yellow
very
guy.
strange game. I've played a lot of these weird GameCube games over the years, and Doshin the Giant, it's definitely not for everybody, but I could see why people would really love it. It's kind of like a loop game like you love. It's very zen. You're really just walking around extraordinarily slowly, building up this village, helping people, or destroying them and killing them if you want to be an asshole. You could do that too. But you're like, manipulating the land, moving around trees. It's kind of like, a zen garden if it was a video game is the best way I could describe it. It's, peaceful music, very slow pace, very chill, very low stakes, everything. And I don't know, I never enjoyed it enough to finish it, but I did like what I played of it. It's definitely something you have to be in the mood for. Tyler, any interest in Doshin the Giant?
I'd check it out. I mean, I probably won't have to make a separate account since we got World Edition Switches,
True.
so that's good.
They'll just be there. Zach, what has you interested in Doshin the Giant?
Just that it's weird, and yeah, it's like a meme.
See?
Yeah.
See? Like, I want the weird shit.
And fun fact, if you mentioned the separate accounts thing, for anyone who doesn't know, on any NSO app, you can make a Japanese account, sign into the Japanese eShop, download it, and then you can access it from your normal. I say normal. If you have a North American account, if you're in North America, you can access the
So
Japanese
normal
apps once they're
American.
downloaded.
So you can play Mother 3 on your Switch right now.
Yeah, and you can play like the Fire Emblems, and the Japanese only Fire Emblems are there.
Yeah. Isn't that sad?
You can,
Isn't that
Yeah,
heartbreaking that it's there,
it
but
is.
it's just not in the right language?
yeah, it's sad. But
Sometimes I wish Nintendo, they would never do it, obviously, but I wish they had the pride to just be like, alright, here's, a couple $1,000s to these people that have made fan translations. We'll take your fan translation, then we don't even have to do any
Yep.
work. We just use it.
Yep, it'd be nice.
But it would never happen. Another game I would like, I guess this could be my weird pick, is Gotcha Force. Another very famously expensive GameCube game, but it's really fun. It's a goofy little game where you play with like your little toy Gundams and you're fighting aliens. It's everything, like all the levels are like done up to be like, like play tables with building blocks and different things like that, and like school supplies and stuff. It's a very cute, quirky game. It's a little repetitive, but it's very fun. Not too long. Capcom game, which is also interesting. And the more just like crazy, expensive, hard to access GameCube games that we get, I think would be really cool because we're getting Path of Radiance. The Pokemon Coliseum and XD games are expensive. Q4 is very expensive. If we start getting stuff like that, that'd be awesome because maybe the originals will start to go down in price as well if we're lucky.
They're just gonna throw out Disney Sports Basketball. We're gonna get it.
Just
Disney
casually.
Sports Basketball.
What an awful choice that would be. Imagine if the draw for the month was the Disney Sports Quintology on on Nintendo Switch Online.
I feel bad bringing up Disney Sports Basketball. When Bird Dog got the game, we all told him he had to stream it. I was like, I'm gonna watch him stream this game because he just bought this expensive game, and the game was so bad. Not to his fault, but the game was so bad I fell asleep watching the stream. I was like, this game is awful. I was on the couch. I literally fell asleep, and I was like, this game looks so boring.
So bad.
Yeah, I was like,
That's funny.
yeah.
Tyler, give us another one. What's another game you want to see?
I'm gonna give you two
Ooh.
because we have them on. Well, there's no really modern way to play them unless you play them on PC or Steam. But if you're not gonna remake them, just give us Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
Yeah.
There it
Like-
is.
Like, tired of waiting for the remakes. So screw it. Just throw them on Dude, if we got those on NSO, like, man, I would be good. I'd be set
Forever.
for it. Could you imagine us in just a game chat while we were raising our chows, bro? Like,
That
I'm
would
all
be such a vibe.
Look, Zach's just fascinating
He's
it right
just,
now.
yeah, looking at them longingly. No
He's
words.
just like, if
I mean,
only
I like
could
to
play
read the
you.
back of the. Whenever I pick up one of these old games, I like to read the back of them because they have funny quotes on them that I just appreciate more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So give us a quote.
I'll give you the Sonic Adventure 2 advertisement that will
Get a load of
flash quote.
Sure.
Mistaken for a dark, villainous hedgehog, Sonic must discover who is responsible for his troubles. Choose hero or dark. It's time to save the world or conquer it. So, yeah.
Perfect.
That's very touching.
You can also play the cute and comical Chow Karate.
Yes.
You're like, or fuck around for a long time and not do the story.
Exactly.
Man, I love the Chow Garden. It really is crazy how much that minigame resonated with people over the years. To this day, it's just still considered like the best side mode possibly in a game ever.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why they don't just
Sonic
bring it back.
Adventure,
A Chow Garden would be the perfect mobile game.
I'd go broke.
what if there was imagine just a Chow Garden app, just like they just release a game, Chow Garden on the Switch too, and got like a battle pass, a subscription, you subscribe to
Battle
it.
Pass for Chow Garden.
Dude, I'd spend so much on that. It wouldn't even be fun.
I know, me too. I definitely have an addictive personality. Sometimes it's something like that would fuck me over. So I often think about Fire Emblem Heroes and how much money I spent on that game. I found out you can calculate how much money you spent on that game by like checking your purchased orb amount, and I couldn't do it. When I found out that was an option, I was like, I'll cry if I see this number, and I deleted the game and never played Fire Emblem Heroes again. It was too much.
I remember I saved up all my orbs for when they added Ike, and then I just like dumped them all trying to summon like a 5-star Ike. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because when that game came out, it was like they were like Lucina was one of the characters right away, and as you guys know, Lucina one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yep.
So I was like, I'm not going to play this game until I start get Lucina. So I didn't even play anything. I just started buying characters. Like $90 later, day one. I was like, oh sweet, I got Lucina. And then I started playing the game. I should have realized it was a problem then.
So funny.
I had that problem before, so don't worry.
I think everybody gets too sucked into a mobile game at least once in their life.
Dude, and mine wasn't even an official, like... I was playing this, like, fan-made Pokemon MOBA game. Not MOBA, it was like an MMO. But, bro, I got so sucked into that, and then, because, like, on the leaderboards, you had to be, like, at a certain, like, height on it to, like, get the legendary or whatever. I made sure I was up there. I made sure I got it. And then, like, a week later, I realized how much I spent, and I was just like, what am I doing with my life? It's like,
I thought you were going to come clean that you were in severe debt to SpongeBob Tower Defense on Roblox.
He was like, yeah, this happened to me a week ago.
Oh. Yeah, this happened a week. I still haven't touched that game since. I've been doing good. I've been doing good, boys. You can go look at my... I've been on the Switch the whole time. I haven't even touched my PlayStation, really.
That's fair. I haven't turned on my PlayStation at all either.
Switch been fun playing with you guys.
Exactly. Alright, what other GameCube games do we want to see, boys? There's got to be more. I got some more on the top of my head, but...
I got 2 more Sonic games. Billy Hatcher would be cool.
Billy Hatcher, definitely. Like I said, a lot of the weird Sega stuff I want. Billy Hatcher, though, would be awesome. I wonder if they'd find a way to implement the weird Game Boy Advance unlockable games that you can get in there. Like if they... Because I wonder... No, they wouldn't do it, which sucks. Because I'm thinking about, the Tinkle Tuner on Wind Waker. It's just a totally useless item now, so...
Yeah.
One of the only drawbacks of this thing is all the Game Boy Advance connectivity. Nada.
I got some more Sega, if you'd like.
Of course.
I'd like Sonic Heroes and Sonic Riders.
Hell yeah.
It'd be fun.
I'll always be a defender of Sonic Heroes. I feel like the game is extraordinarily overhated.
Yeah, apparently it has astonishing variety in this game.
Does it?
It's what it says.
You do the same stages 4 times each to beat the game, so I don't know about that.
Astonishing variety. 14 stages and with unique paths and adventures for each team.
Astonishing variety.
Oh, talking about that, the Sonic Heroes, I'm actually meeting the Cream the Rabbit voice actor next week.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm gonna get her figure signed.
Hell yeah.
I remember, Craig, you mentioned Sonic Heroes is overhated. Mm-hmm. I sent Christian a tweet a few weeks ago of like the last boss on Dark Mode, where he's just like throwing the items at you. He's like, "Get a load of this, get a load," just spamming you. And it's like this game. This is why this game is bad. Sometimes it's like this nonsense on.
Oh, totally.
That last boss.
God, it's so good though. I'm very, very, very nostalgic for that game. I remember it was so hard for me to get the Chaos Emeralds as a child. I thought that was the most difficult thing in the world.
Dude, so Sonic Heroes great, but Sonic Riders, dude, I wish they would like. Well, I don't know. They're kind of like bringing it back with this new Sonic Racing game since they have the extreme gear and everything in it. But, and I don't know if y'all know about the leaks for Cross Worlds that like SpongeBob's apparently in the game. Like,
Yeah, it's weird how it's just like random. Like I don't know. I don't know if I like that honestly.
I don't know.
Like if it was just Sega Racing, I'd be kind of down for it. But when you start adding Minecraft Steve and SpongeBob, I'm like, eh.
Dude, could you imagine just racing on a hoverboard with SpongeBob? Like, against Sonic. This is 2025. Like, this is it's just weird.
What it's
We're getting
all
to our
about.
Roblox and Fortnite slop. Everything's combined. Everything's one big pot.
That's what we've talked about that before. The crossover slop.
Yeah.
Everything's
I'm looking forward to
crossover
Crossworlds
porn.
though.
I'm curious
Crossworlds
about
are
it.
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
curious.
The playtest was really good. I give it that. I mean, it's a little. The main thing that people said was that the items were a little too hectic because like you're constantly getting hit with items.
Sounds like
all
Mario
the time.
Kart World.
No, it's worse. It's 10 times worse. Like,
I don't know how that's
well,
possible.
I mean, Mario Kart World is kind of bad when you're in the middle, but in this one with 12 racers, like, no, you're constantly getting hit, and it's a little annoying. But I mean, like, other than that, the game runs good, feels good. I feel like they got a solid game, and I'm glad they're not releasing around any other racing games, so maybe they'll have a chance. But
Hey, I will definitely be maining Hatsune Miku if I do pick it up. That's all I know.
Hot Sunny Miku?
Hat Sun Miko, Hat Mike, as we like to call her.
Hat Mike Miku.
Hat Mike. Sonic Riders would be a good one. Tyler, got any other GameCube games on the mind?
I got 2.
Hit me.
Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2.
Oh, nice.
Definitely would be good.
Yeah, was it Monkey Ball a launch game?
Yep.
I feel like it's pretty tied with the GameCube. They could add that for sure.
100%.
Monkey Ball games, especially the originals, goated.
Oh, they're excellent. I love them so much. I've never been able to beat either of them on the harder difficulties.
With
They're
save state,
so
you
hard.
With save state, you
Unlimited lives, baby.
Unlimited lives.
That was
Ready,
awesome.
go. Fuck. Ready, go.
Go. But he says it's a bit sassy. He's like, ready, go. It's very... I've always loved how fruity the guy doing the call-outs in Monkey Ball is. Fall out.
Did you ever see the documentary that somebody made on YouTube about trying to find the voice actor for that?
Yes, I think that was Nick Robinson is his
name?
Yeah.
Yes, that video was so good. And the fact that they like actually found them, and that's kind of what prompted Sega to make a new Monkey Ball like a couple years ago.
Very interesting.
I have one of the most recent release. So whatever, I figure it's Banana Mania or Banana Rumble.
Yeah.
The most recent one. That was a lot of fun.
It was a good time. I liked it. It's funny because the whole time I was playing, I was like, "Man, this is so easy compared to OG Monkey Ball." And then I got to that last world and was whooping my fucking ass.
Yeah.
Got real hard all of a sudden.
It's so easy for the first couple of worlds. I was like, I'm gonna 100% this game. And like, I got to the middle, I'm like, oh, this is a little harder. And then it got to the end, I'm like, I'm just gonna beat it and call it a day. I'm gonna use it any way I can.
Oh my god, yeah, that last world was incredibly difficult. But yeah, Monkey Ball's always good. I've always loved the multiplayer Monkey Ball as well. Like forget the name of the specific mini game, but the one where you like go off the ramp and see how far you can fly away. Me and my sisters played that endlessly growing up. That shit was so fun.
Yeah, try to land on the little target.
Monkey Target?
Yeah, is that what it's called? Monkey Target, yeah. Monkey Target is fantastic. And the weird like boxing game where you have like the expandable gloves like punching each other. It's so goofy. Monkey Ball is just such a good time. Absolutely love Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball.
2 games I've never played on the GameCube. Star Fox Assault and Star Fox Adventures. Obviously very different Star Foxes. But I've always wanted to check them out, just never got around to it, so it'd be a good excuse. Assault I've heard is like one of the worst in terms of like traditional Star Fox, but I know Adventures people either really love or really hate, but essentially just looks like a Zelda game to me, so I'd definitely be down to try that one out.
Yeah, we'll get some Star Fox for sure.
It'd be weird if we didn't, right? I think it's just...
Same thing with Metroid. I think we get Metroid 2, or Metroid Prime 2, sorry.
Yeah, I hope we
makes
do.
sense. Yeah.
Oh, there's a Star Fox air freshener.
At the
Star Fox
hip.
Adventures. At the hip. Perfect.
I've got two more.
Of course.
Y'all... Craig, I don't know how we haven't mentioned this one yet, but Smash Melee.
Yeah.
Um,
We never
100%.
got
Melee-
Smash 64, so we know Melee's not going to go on this one.
But the thing is though, it's with the N64, Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, those are the N64. Smash Melee is the GameCube. You cannot have a GameCube app without Smash Melee.
Yeah.
It like is the
We have one
GameCube.
right now.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Like they
I get
this
you.
is why people bought the GameCube was for this game. You can't
No,
just
100%.
not. Yeah, Nintendo's weird about it. With obviously, like Tyler said, no Smash 64 on there yet, which is bonkers to me.
Could you imagine if they just like give us a direct whenever they plan to do the next Smash game, and they're like, this new Smash game, they give us like a year or something, but they're like, you can play Smash 64 and Melee now.
I would love that. I would love that so much.
I wouldn't even need a new Smash Bros. If they were giving me Melee, though. I'm like, you could cancel that. Save the time and money. You're good.
Yeah.
We already got Peak.
Yeah, I would love to have a living save of like on my Switch of Smash Melee and get all the trophies, because I don't know if I ever actually got all the trophies on the GameCube.
It's hard.
But having
It's real hard.
but having like a save that would carry over forever, I'd probably go for it. But yeah, just like definitely my most played game hours wise. The one game I still like don't mind going back to like at any moment to this day. Like I would play Smash Melee right now if it was on there.
I forget, who's your main in Melee?
Marth. As a kid, I played as Roy, and I like really loved Roy. And then when I got older, I like started watching competitive Melee.
You're like, oh, Roy sucks.
Yeah, Roy's like the bad version of Marth. You should play Marth. I'm like, oh, okay. So I started playing Marth, and I was like, this makes a lot more sense.
That's funny.
But yeah, Marth is my main.
Tyler, who's your main?
Marth as well.
All y'all gotta put some respect on Captain Falcon's name here. It's the GOAT.
I call dibs on Red Marth.
That's fine. I usually use the white one.
We should all do that one night. We have not done a game of pulling up Slippy and playing each other on Melee Online before. That'd be a good time. We should all get that set up.
No, we have to wait until this comes to.
So we'll never play it.
Never happening. All right.
No, I want it so bad, but it's just weird that we haven't gotten Smash 64 yet, and it makes me worried that we might not ever get Melee. I hope that's not the case, but
The fact that it's been so long, it's two things. It's either what you said, it's never going to come, or it's what Tyler said. It's like waiting for the next Smash, and they're going to release them both at the same time as some sort of, like, play it now kind of, hype thing.
Now, well, hold on, keep going. I was going to lead into my next game real quick, but if y'all want to still talk about Smash.
no, I think we've talked a lot about Melee on this show, actually, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, could you imagine it's like today, Saturday morning, just wake out of bed, you get some breakfast, right? You're just sitting there on your couch eating, phone goes off, Twitter. It says Nintendo of America. Like,
Actually,
surprise!
the Nintendo Today app, not Twitter.
Thank you.
Your Nintendo Today app, my Twitter, because I don't have that shit. I get the delayed notification, and it's Wario64 telling me, just released for NSO GameCube Online, Pokemon channel. We get to watch some cartoons. They're like,
That'd be
who
kinda
wants,
cool, actually.
No,
who
that'd
wants
be
some
stupid.
Saturday?
That'd be
Pokemon
awesome.
No.
Channel's stupid.
Who wants some Saturday morning cartoons? Get off the TV, turn on the Switch 2, enjoy your breakfast while watching some Pokemon channel, bro.
I would
And then
love
when
that.
you're done eating, you could do some of that smooching workout or whatever the hell it is. Bro. S tier needs to happen.
Definitely not. Just add Pokemon. let's add Pokemon box to NSO, but no Gen 3 attachment. It's just Pokemon box. You can't do anything.
Tyler,
It's
you
just the
saying
storage
that
spaces.
I'm gonna try to watch the Pokemon the original movie tonight. Now I want to go watch that now. You
Hell
just said
Yes. I'm
Pokemon
glad I
cartoon.
inspired something, dude.
The first
Like-
three Pokemon movies are all peak. They're all good.
That's it. We should do a watch along on Discord. We're just all on
That'd be
Discord
fun.
watching it.
That would be actually a lot of fun. Actually, that's a good idea. I like that. Whose Discord though? We're gonna invade Christian's Discord and use
Dude,
it for,
we just
for a
don't even
Generations
tell 'em.
Behind watch party. Like this is our Discord now.
We just put in his general chat. Join us for a Generations Behind watch party in the general chat.
That would be fun.
Yo, I'd be so down for that though.
That would be a good time. I can't believe I forgot to mention this one earlier. Another one where I'm like, if they could find a way to get Game Boy Advance stuff working, it would be perfect. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles and Zelda Four Swords Adventures would also be super cool. The issue is those games require Game Boy Advances as a second screen to like manage your inventory and stuff. But if they could find a way to get that to work, that'd be so cool, because those games that cannot be experienced alone and you have the same experience, you have to play those with people.
That's a good point. I wonder how they would. I think they're just going to say that's too hard and not do that.
Yeah, which sucks,
I would like to be, I would like to
wish
be wrong,
they'd find
but
a way.
I wonder if they could just like. I forget. In Four Swords Adventures, when you're on the bottom, when you're in the Game Boy Advance, does the top screen do anything? Could they just like switch your screen? Maybe. Could they just like?
Maybe. Because I don't think the game doesn't pause, so you might be getting your ass beat when you're looking at your items, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But if they could find a way to get those to work, that would be really, really cool.
Looking at my currently GameCube games to see if there's anything else.
I've got one more. This one's half a joke, half real. I think they should add the Ocarina of Time, the GameCube version, specifically for Master Quest.
Mm-hmm. It's different than the Master Quest on 3DS, so
yeah. So they could add Master Quest to the GameCube app, which would be hilarious. And also, fun little thing: if you have this game, I advise you to go and watch these trailers that they put on this game. There's some funny little like TV commercial trailers for these games on there. And look, it's just called F-Zero. It wasn't even F-Zero GX yet. Just F-Zero. Yeah, Wario World 1080, Wind Waker, Metroid Prime. Then they have like Link to the Past, Four Swords for some reason, and then F-Zero.
Just one random Game Boy Advance game.
Yep.
Good times. How about Twilight Princess? Since we're probably not gonna get the HD port.
Yeah, I wonder though if they would wait for the Wii app and put it on the Wii.
I don't know though. I mean, the Wii version I think is inferior personally. So
you might think that, but it was
a Wii game, yeah.
They're gonna when they put the Wii app on, that's what's gonna launch with probably.
But are they gonna do a Wii app, or are we getting too close?
No, they'll do a Wii app.
You think so?
They have to sustain this for 8 more years. They're gonna have to put in 4 years. We'll get a Wii app. And on the Switch 3,
it'll come with 2 games, or it'll come with 1 game, just Mario Galaxy. Not Mario Galaxy 2. Mario Galaxy.
Well, it's funny that the Game Boy app came with Super Mario Land 2, but not Super Mario Land at first. They had to add that later.
That's also true. That was very strange. And this is another one I want, but I don't know if we'll get it, is Mario Kart Double Dash. I would love, because that's still to this day my favorite Mario Kart.
I'm sorry.
Didn't they show that in the trailer?
Why are you sorry?
just joking. That's your favorite?
No, they did not show it. It has not been announced.
They don't want to alienate that Mario Kart World audience. They don't want to get people not buying it.
That's true. I mean, they didn't care at Mario 64 or Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart Super Circuit, but
yeah, I was just joking.
Who knows? Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like those games probably weren't seen as competition as much of the game that are already sold 50 million
Mario Kart
copies.
Mario Kart wasn't good yet until like the DS or the game.
Like no one's gonna want to go back and play this shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm looking just at like a list of GameCube games to remind myself of some. One I forgot about that would be awesome. Resident Evil Remake, the original great remake, would be awesome to see on there. Also, it had to go on the 17 Plus app, but.
Isn't Resident Evil Remake available like via streaming on the Switch?
No, that one you could actually just get. You don't have to cloud bullshit that one.
Okay. Yeah, okay, you're right. That's on there.
We already got the Pikmin games on Switch, and they're basically the same thing but widescreen, so.
Yeah, I'll add stuff like Pikmin and like Thousand Year Door, just like put it on there, even though they've already remastered them. Or do you think that'll like go against the whole point of them?
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of goofy.
Like maybe like in like 4 or 5 years, they just throw it in there. Like after those games are well and done selling.
Hopefully they add. No, they wouldn't do Bait and Kaidos either because they've remastered those games for Switch as well. So we're not going to get Bait and Kaidos on there. They've done a good job actually about bringing GameCube games forward in the past. Even besides this app. So kind of impressed at it now that I think about it. They've done a good job.
What about Beautiful Joe?
That'd be a cool one too. It's funny because I always think of that game as a GameCube exclusive since it has like the GameCube only little symbol on it, but that's another one of those games that ended up going to PS2 eventually anyway. So
yeah, I never played those games. I don't know much about them, but it'd be kind of cool. They get access to them,
Beautiful Joe's a good time. It's nothing incredible, but it's a good time. It would be kind of pointless, but if they did add the WarioWare, that would be cool. But it's pretty much the same as the Game Boy Advance game. So, but I love the multiplayer in the GameCube version. So, very very.
I guess
fun
I didn't
multiplayer.
mention it. They could have Wario World.
But that game sucks. So,
I mean, sure, but there's no reason not to add it.
True.
Why does it suck?
I just did not think it was fun, and I thought that the music in it was obnoxious. If you pause it, it's just Wario laughing at you, and it's the most annoying thing in the entire world.
Christian also says it's not good, but I want to try it.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. They could add the Sonic Mega Collection, which is just a collection of Sonic games, but that's such like a GameCube staple.
Give me the other one that has like Sonic R and shit on it.
Dude, they won't do it. Give me the Naruto Clash of Ninja games. I love the Naruto Clash of Ninja games. They're so good, so fun.
Dude, all the Naruto games are good, honestly. Like,
there's also
Huh?
There's 4 Mario Party games. They could add those. They probably will add those.
Eventually, right? And that would be awesome, too. I wonder if that's another one, though, that they wait because of Jamboree.
Do you think the speaker on your Switch will count for the little microphone?
That'd be awesome. They'd be able to do it. Yes, that'd be so cool. They don't even have to figure out a solution. That'd be awesome. Man.
Or they release a new NSO microphone you have to buy.
Oh, God. Comes with a port for a GameCube memory card adapter just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I nothing else I can think of off the top of my head. There's just so many good games. I think we named lots of really good ones that they'll hopefully add one day. Who knows? But, Zach, so what's your number one wish? If you could have it on the Switch 2 tomorrow, what would it be?
Of games that aren't already confirmed?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Melee, but if we're excluding Melee, I would say probably Mario Superstar Baseball. Mm-hmm. I really like that game.
Tyler, how about you? Number one wish if you could have it right now.
Man.
A lot of
NBA
good choices.
3 Volume 2.
No, whatever.
Shit, there is.
A lot of good stuff. The GameCube has a great library.
Cubivore.
I might even just say Cubivore because fuck it, I want to play it.
There you go, Cubivore. For me,
save me like $600,
True. It is a tie for Melee or Animal Crossing. I'll say Animal Crossing just because I've been in the mood to play OG Animal Crossing again for a while now, so it would be nice to have that one at the ready.
Not Cubivore, Skies of Arcadia.
There you go.
If I can have an easy way to play that. Cubivore's number 2, though.
Brother, you got a Steam Deck. Brother, you have a Steam Deck.
Shut up! I know. And you know what's funny? I have them on there. I literally downloaded Cubivore and I never played it.
That's funny. All right, we do have some lovely audience write-ins today. I will go first. Tyler, you can go second. And Zach, you can go third. First up, we got Now I Rock a Teller Suit writing in saying, "What it do, baby? It's the Iceman Teller Suit. I got my mouth looking something like a silver flute. Assuming we are going to get many first-party games, and assuming we are not going to get games that were released on Switch 1, I'm going to list some Hail Marys that would be a welcome surprise. Any EA Sports big game, which would fall under your NBA and stuff, that would be cool. If we got, like, NFL Street, any of those fun ones.
And SSX Tricky.
There you go, and SSX Tricky. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with playable Master Quest. You guys are on the same wavelength now.
Rob and I know what's going on.
Dude, Doshin the Giant. He said Doshin the Giant. He said Fantasy Star Online. He said Fantasy Star Online. Literally, you guys are sharing the same brain. And lastly, it would be interesting to understand the hoops Nintendo has to jump through to get third-party games onto Nintendo Switch Online.
Yep.
All excellent picks. That is funny that every game you said was one that Zach mentioned as well already. So
I sent Rob a Discord IM before this, and I said, put these on there right in. I'll talk about them.
Did you?
No, I did not.
All right, Tyler. Why don't you go ahead and read the next write-in, sir?
All right, we got Patrick. Patrick here. In a perfect world, Skies of Arcadia would be my top requested game.
There you go.
I never got to play it much on Dreamcast or GameCube, so it'd be wonderful to play. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes would be a treat, too. And who knows, given the MGS3 remake, maybe it could happen. In a more realistic world, getting Eternal Darkness would be awesome, as that's the game I never got to finish, mainly because I'm a bitch when it comes to spooky horror games. The first Luigi's Mansion would be great to have, too. Can you handle that?
Surprising he could get through that, but not Eternal Darkness.
And Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart Double Dash are probably shoo-ins. I never played Eternal Darkness. The only time, like, when we talked about it a little bit on here, and then also when Christian streamed it, I watched it for a bit. So that would be kind of cool.
It is really cool.
Twin Snakes is a remake of 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that one would be cool.
I've been told that they're different enough that you shouldn't play one, instead of the other. Like, you should play both eventually, kind of thing, is what I've been told.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Uh-oh. You're still here with us. Can you
Yeah,
hear us?
My screen. Y'all never left. My screen went black for a second, and then it's back. Yeah.
All right, Zach, want to go ahead and read the final write-in?
I will. From Jason. Hello there, Switch Pro. Switch 2 owners. Jason here to give you my list of GameCube games that should have been on the Switch years ago, but are now going to trickle showing up on the Switch 2. So here are some games I would like to see: Beautiful Joe, Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader.
That would be great.
Is it the one? Is it the one where they keep every sequel has another subtitle built into it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those games are really good though.
Yeah. Eternal Darkness, Skies of Arcadia Legends, Chibi Robo, Ikaruga, Killer 7, Cubivore, and of course Mega Man X Command Mission. Well, that's my list. Sorry to disappoint you boys. No essay this time, but of course not as disappointing as when that remake that we shouldn't talk about gets released on Switch 2. I'll be buying that day one, and I'm not going to stream it, and it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to play FF7 Remake on the Switch 2 at 25 frames per second.
Probably, shit.
I'm kind of curious, if it'll run. It might actually run at 30, I think. They'll get that at 30, probably. It run on the PS4.
I was going to say, has it released on Xbox Series S and X yet? I can't remember.
No, they just announced, so they shadow dropped 16, and they said that FF7 Remake is coming.
Because I think however it runs on the Xbox Series S will tell you. Because...
Well, fun thing about that, people are mad at Square right now because FF16 on the Xbox Series X, the big one, FF16 performance mode runs at 720 60. 720p 60 frames per second is what that game runs on the Xbox Series X.
Holy cow.
So I hope to God when they put those games on the Switch 2 they put a little more effort into them.
Man.
720p games for FF16.
That's rough.
On the Xbox Series X, not the S.
True, but I think the game ran at 1080 and 20 frames a second on PS5 most of the time, to be fair. That game was very inconsistent. Yeah.
I played performance mode, but...
Even the performance mode had a lot of dips, though. It just wasn't a well-optimized game, unfortunately.
Either way, they did say, Yoshi P did say in an interview that now all that's left is Nintendo, and they're going to do their best.
I saw that, too.
Oh, please don't give me some awful... I love 16.
Don't kill it.
I'm a 16 defender, and I hope it gets a playable port on the Switch 2.
You said that. Jason's going to come after you on that now, too.
Jason, I like all the Final Fantasy games he doesn't like. But...
Jason says, and I quote, Final Fantasy 16 is a good Devil May Cry game.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I will say the RPG elements of 16 are the worst parts of that game because there's
Yeah.
it's non-existent.
Yeah, it's not really an RPG, but it's good.
You just get it annoys me because every sword is just objectively better than the previous sword. There's no thought to which one you're using. There's no point in the RPG elements of that game, but it is a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, going back to his picks, I mean, I never played the Star Wars games on the GameCube.
They're awesome.
Other than Lego Star Wars, I played. So that would be cool. But then also Ikaruga, I totally forgot about that. That's that like black and white shmup, right?
Dude, yeah, that game is hard. It is so hard. I've never been able to get far in it at all.
And then I always heard good things about Killer 7, so that would be kind of neat too.
Yeah, Killer 7 is another very weird game. Would definitely recommend. And Mega Man X Command Mission, been on my list of wanting to play for a long time because it is a turn-based role-playing game. And it's Mega Man X, which is just cool. So weird.
Yeah.
He had a interesting list. Interesting good picks, so good job, Jason. You only let one of us down today.
Now all you got to do, Jason, is get a Switch 2 so you can play them.
Exactly. Can't play those on your...
Or a Switch Pro.
There you go. I know, I felt bad. My dad was so sad because I saw him last weekend, for Father's Day, and he was talking about, GameCube Online. He's like, yeah, I need to go download it on my Switch. And I was like, buddy, can't do that on your Switch. And he was so sad because he wanted to play Soul Calibur. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Dad. He looked genuinely heartbroken because he really loves Soul Calibur.
That's funny.
So we'll have to hook my father up with the Switch 2 eventually when the time is right. All right, boys. That was a good episode. I think we talked a lot about a lot of good GameCube games out there. Just give us all the GameCube games. Just port the entire GameCube library.
Entire library.
And don't make us pay any more for it. Same we're paying right now. We the consumer deserve a W. And the W is your best library of video games.
That Wii and DS tier, they're going to bump it up again. The expansion pack plus.
I'm sure they
Wii
will.
And DS.
Yeah. Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass plus.
I don't know how a DS would work, though. That feel really weird.
Mouse mode. With dual screens on one screen. They got like a small screen to the right, the big screen on the left. You have mouse mode.
That'll be so obnoxious.
Yeah, dude.
At least on the Wii U, it kind of worked because you had two screens, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
The Wii is perfect, though. The Wii will be perfect because it has all the motion anyway.
Like this, though. The NSO already has so much wasted space with those borders on the screen. They would just use that wasted space to put the bottom screen of the DS.
There you go. It evens out. It'll be perfect. Zach, what do you have planned the rest of the day?
I'm gonna when this ends, I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna start playing my PlayStation.
There you go.
So I'm gonna play some more Liza P today, I think.
There you go.
Liza P and Wind Waker was letting me play.
There you go. Tyler, what do you got planned for the day? Anything exciting?
Whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot of nothing. There you go. I am going to see my second favorite band all time tonight for the 8th or 9th time, I think. So I'm very excited for that. Gonna go see Dance Gavin Dance with my wife. It's gonna be a grand old time.
I've heard of Dance Gavin Dance. I've never heard of Dance Gavin Dance with my wife, but...
Well, it's been a great episode. If you like the show, please be sure to share it with a friend, a coworker, a grandma. I'm sure they'd all enjoy it. I have a new YouTube video up going over my Switch 1 collection. Be sure to go check that out. Tyler hasn't posted dick in months. Zach has been putting out shorts and videos as always. Make sure you go check out his stuff. Subscribe to all of our channels. We'd appreciate it. We love you all very much.
Not on YouTube.
Also,
Yes.
go check out X Button Gaming. I did a podcast with the guy up there, Craig.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yes,
it was a good listen. I recommend it.
Thank you. Yes,
PS Vita.
Yes, go to our buddy X Button Games channel. Check that out. If you somehow haven't already gotten tired of my voice yet after 2 hours and 20 minutes of this today, but I had a good time. Enjoyed my time with you boys. I love the GameCube. I love the Switch too. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Adios.